Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Can Yes, we still have time. We can use this time to set up. Let's set up there. Can everyone hear me? Let me set that one up. Sorry. Coming up, we're having a slow connection here. So just bear with me. Good evening. How are you? I hope you can hear me well. Can everyone hear me? We're still setting up here. Okay, I think I have to refresh here. Okay, it should come on here. Okay, they said they can hear me. Everyone can hear me. If you go on my homepage, I think when you scroll, you'll see it there. Let's see what happens because the computer is slow. That's why I'm using this here. Hi, everyone. Oh, someone's joining me. Who is that? Welcome. Welcome, everyone. I'm coming here today just to have a conversation with everyone. I will be speaking both in English and in Wolof because I want this to go across the board so everyone can understand what I'm saying. I've not been online for quite a bit because I've been very busy working on some things. As politicians, we always have to keep ourselves busy and visit people or talk to our people and so forth and so on. But I thank the Almighty that everything is okay. We have lots of rain this year, which is great. Hopefully we get good crops. Unfortunately, when I went to the village, a lot of people did not farm this year, which is a very, very sad situation indeed. I saw a lot of, especially in Quinella, I went to visit Ajikumba in her garden, and just so many vast land and, no farming. And it is a sad situation, because a lot of people, when you talk to them, they can't afford fertilizer or they couldn't afford, because a bag of fertilizer, even at $2,000, it's a lot of money for people. And I don't think we'll yield a lot of crops this year. So it is a concern. And it's just across the globe. I think Gambia, where we are right now, should be food sufficient. Bags of rice, imported rice is expensive. And these should be an encouraging, we should encourage people to get into farming. It was an eye-opener going all the way into the farmlands and seeing that a lot of people could not work or could not farm this year. It was really touching. But we can see all that in town. We can see what's happening. Apart from lots of vegetables, there's nothing much happening. You can't only, live off of that. There's hardly any fish anymore at the market. And if there is, it's expensive. So these are all the little things that we are going to dwell on or talk about today. And, way forward for Gambia and, what we can do as a nation, as people, as opposition. We can only come here, give out our voice. What I do tell people, don't look at opposition as a negative. Just because we don't want to be in government. Trust me, if I wanted to be in government, I would have been in government since very, very long time ago. But that's not the case here. That's not the case here. We just want Gambia to be developed. We want Gambia to be like every other country. So, assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome to this platform. I hope everybody's okay. It's been a very rainy season. The Manyufi Taipu New Watan. And if you want to join in, you can join in. I think you can come in via video, just request it. I'm not too familiar now how to join people, but you can always come on video. If you want to come in, I think you will have to request it or whatever. And to join or call us, because your voice is very important. This is not about me. This is about us as Gambians. And I'm inviting all my brothers and sisters from everywhere, from Banjul to Koina, and also in the diaspora. Let us try to talk about these issues. Let us try to sensitize our people. Let us try to sensitize the government, people in the government right now. We need to sensitize them, because we have seen recently online a lot of things that are happening on our diplomats, and as a diplomat, there are ways that you conduct yourself because you are representing the country. So before going there, let us start with issues that were pending prior to my last program. My last program, I talked about the expensive way of living and everything, but then we had also the school results. So I'll start with the school results. Our students, our children, the future of our children, the future of Gambia. It is sad. It is sad to see our children in the streets working. And I just saw a girl come into my compound a couple of days ago, and I said, "What are you doing here?" She said, "Well, I'm selling nana." You see, there are lots of stories about these young girls selling nana. Some get impregnated, some get raped, and we have to be careful. I understand families are constrained. I understand some families don't have help, so they ask the kids to go and help and sell to work. But these kids are supposed to be in school. These kids are supposed to be in school. After school, they need to have studies. I remember growing up, we didn't even have time to even be out in the street. We come home, my mom times us what time we come home. When we get home, we go and study until lunch is ready. We eat. After we eat, then we have a little break. That little break, then she'll say, "Una go pass, una go all una book." We study till 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, she says, "Go and take your showers." We all go and take our showers. After shower, we eat dinner. After dinner, guess what? It's study again. And then the school system was so that you can even have study classes in school, or you can have private studies at home. Unfortunately, I don't know what is happening in our country right now. Ministry of Education, what are you guys doing? What era are you coming from? Because I remember in my time, school work was so difficult. Even our high school papers were like college, college or university level. Right now, you talk to a kid, you speak English with a kid, or you speak any other language, or you ask them something, they're lost. I ask a question and they don't even know, simple mathematical questions, and they don't even know how to answer it, And it's just pathetic, when you look at the results that we are producing in this country. And in a way, it shouldn't surprise us. What in your surprise? When you say results, you see because system be more dohut, school system be dohut. The now vice president was before in higher education. Everybody said, "Oh, he has done some work," but what work is it? Are we just so comfortable? Then comfortable, see mediocrity, all this mediocrity, all this, tiny things, little work that somebody does, and we give an applaud. Gambia warna pass a fee, the trend from Sadauda coming up, even through Yaya Jammeh coming up, we should have been above that, you see. We cannot just be settling. We cannot just accept, because they do. Listen, you times the ligate by the years they spent in there. you times the liaison by the time, by the how do you call it, the money they're wasting and all that, you know. Putting just 1 or 2 traffic lights for 22 years of government is not enough for me. You know, being in the office for 30 years and having Jahali Pachar and it's not properly set up or done, and now it's completely dry, is not enough for me. We need to be able to have sustainable infrastructure that can last. We need to have things that are sustainable. We need to build it in a way where it lasts us. Our school system should last us. Right now, we should be talking about lots of college all over the Gambia, lots of universities, you know, people having access, the villages having access, students having access all over the country. We don't have that. Up till now, it's like we're going backwards. We have more private schools probably than high schools. High schools are public schools. The public schools are so bad that it's like a last resort to take your kids. You know, it shouldn't be like that. You know, if the public schools were well managed and also the curriculum was great and the teachers are well equipped and educated to teach like in our time, trust me, people will not be going to private schools. Listen, if we mandate everyone that is in government, that is higher up, from the president up down, to put their kids in these public schools, I'm sure the public schools will be developed. Because at this point, it is ridiculous. It's education first. Everything starts from what we learn, what we know. Today, we have a lot of people that think they're educated. So it's like you're hitting your head on a brick wall. And then we can see it in our academics. And then now most kids are out of school because education school be expensive. Mënuñoo jënd book, mënuñoo dem school, parents cannot afford it. We're having a global crisis, but I think the crisis happening in the Gambia is worse than the global crisis that is happening all over the world, because most of these countries all over the world have catered to their citizens. And please, let us stop always comparing ourselves to the United States. United States is not just one country like Gambia. It's called the United States of America. That means it's different states. And it took them how many years to be where they are? We are not even close. The organization there, I don't even think we are even ready for that right now. Because if we were ready for it, trust me, we will be voting the right way. We will vote for what the person have as opposed to the looks of the person or the benachin and the bahal and whatever and the cows that they're giving us. So let us be realistic. Things are getting bad in our country. Our education is first. Yes, a lot of politicians will not want to educate the masses, but that is bad for the country, it's bad for the economy. When you want to have a business in the Gambia, you will want to bring experts. That's wrong. That is wrong. The business should be for all Gambians. But if the education is not there, the expertise is not there, then you're bound to get foreigners to do the work. So let us educate our masses. The Ministry of Education, I am appealing to you guys. I mean, I don't understand. It's like all of a sudden, all the ministries are not functioning. Tell me one ministry that is functioning right now. I just don't get it. The tourism sector is not working. Medical sector is not working. Education sector is not working. The security sector. the security sector is trying, but when it comes to our general security, which is the police, they don't have the capacity. I keep saying this all the time. Dojel police nga yobulen sibiti, nelen you fight crime, they don't have gear. Huh? They don't have gear. Naka you fight a crime. The robbers are more equipped than the policemen. Huh? There's, you know, as hard as it is to say, I really am, you know, when you're the president of the country, all the blame comes to you, whether you like it or not. And it is for the head of state then to turn around and revisit his cabinet. President bi moo war a jóg mu xoolaat cabinetam mu xool ñim teg si cabinetam li amul dara pour def ak yaa ma dimbale bi ma taxaw élection ak yaa ma taxawaloon ak yow yaa ma mayoon xaalis ak because as far as I'm concerned ku la jàppale pour nga taxaw def ko technique bugg a réewam bu fekkee ne kooku daf la dimbale jox la xaalis bari wala taxawal la pour nga nekk président why amul capacity, my friend, you cannot reward him by putting him in position. That is wrong. Because koku def ko def nit buga rewam. Bu fekkee ne def ko def because and there's strings attached. Then I'm sorry, say no. Because li mo nekk di rey suñ réew. This is what is killing our country. Because I stand with you, it's a payback time. But then there's no capacity in there. And then you have some of my brothers and sisters who are coming with all these PhDs. They got all these PhDs from foreign countries. They have never done the practicals in those countries because they only went to study. And then they come, you give them minister position. They have zero clue of what they're doing. Amuy ben clue. Starting A and B, and they're just sitting there like decoration. And now, position sini, I see that these positions mainly are decoration positions because they don't work. I remember visiting, prior to this last election, visiting the Minister of Tourism, Ahmad Ba, and I kept taking documents to him. And one day he said to me, Madam, you're always coming here bringing documents. You see my desk? Take it to my 𝒂𝒂𝒏. I'm like, but I want you to read this. I want you to sit down and read this with me. He said, just give it, they will brief me. So are we employing these ministers? Are we putting these ministers in office just for briefing? Is that why nothing is working? Listen, even people that vote for the president, I think it is up to you to even make sure that your president works. Because tey su president bi liggéeyee ni mu war a liggéeyee ministers am yi liggéey ni mu war a liggéeyee yéen ay am ndam kon suñ maas yi dañoo noppi ne pat yéen ay am ndam because doo taxaw nga xeexal nit ki votal ko xam nga dawal ko def loolu yépp nga toog yow sa boppa right now mun ngeen a ñëw fii Facebook ngeen a wone ne no I'm not hungry da ngeen defend you because you're opposition te fekka soo leen demee seen kër loolu na lekk sa amu leen ko. You're all putting up a front. You are all putting up a front defending the indefensible. Lii dafa wrong nañ leen wax dëgg bi things are not working. Because this man xam naa ñoo xam ne tey dañ taxawal président bi and they are suffering and they have confessed to me. They said, Auntie Marie, I'm sorry we didn't vote for you because you went and stand with UDP. We vote for the president. But honestly, things are very hard. I said, do you know why I stood with the UDP? This is not about Usainu Dabo. This is not about UDP people that like to insult. This is about what can we do to save the country. We need to put in laws A country without laws cannot go. When we have laws, and then we now implement those laws, and then all the agendas we make sure are implemented, because if those laws are not implemented, guess what? If what we promise we don't implement, then the law takes precedent. Minister bo xamne def lo li nga wara def wala ngay sàcca, my friend, we will freeze your account. Nga dem togal gum nga xaar ba investigate. When you investigate, if you are guilty, I'm sorry, then the law takes precedent. Why if you sàcca nga promote, you're having an international appointment. It's like now up there's a lot of corruption. What happens at the bottom? Nit ñi tamit dinañ door di sàcca. Banks yi ñi fa liggéey dinañ door di sàcca. Everywhere. They'll be stealing because nothing will happen to you. Absolutely zilch. You are free to walk the streets with your millions. Come on. Fu ñoo dem. And we expect serious investors to come into this country. No wonder we're having investors coming here and scamming us. Like the security report and all this. No wonder. Because it's an easy target. There's absolutely no law, no security, nothing for this country. That's why everybody that has starting a business overseas can just come and say, I'm a big company, blah, blah. They build a nice portfolio online. And these are things that our people don't know because they're not internet savvy. They don't know how to Google. They don't know how to research. They don't know anything. So any monkey can come into our country and come with a briefcase. He has prepared a beautiful online portfolio and everything and write up fantastic. And they come and speak a jargon and you like, why Yangani? You give them our security of our country. You give them everything without doing a proper research. Just like the scandal before with Zemlex. Now we have another one, security report, with, and so on and so on and so on. Be kind. You think somebody like me, somebody will come and put paper in front of me and I will not say, okay, let me go and read it. You think I will not read? One thing I learned in America is even when they bring a document for you to read, don't just read the document. There's something they call the fine print. That fine print, you need to read that fine print, even if you wear a magnifying glass. Wear a magnifier and read that fine print, because that is where the trick is. That is where they get you. That is where they get you. That fine print. Hi, watching from Berlin. I was in Berlin, 1990, and then since then I've been going to Berlin. Love it. You know? Read that fine print. Let us stop, you know, bringing, but I don't, you know, this is all, like I said, it's all lack of awareness. Bo musuta gena neka ci biir nit ñi bo génnee neka ci biir xam nga tubaab yi xam leen dëkk ci seen biir suñ ñëwee suñ làkkee rek nga foog ne ñoom ñooy waaja. You can even see a Gambian boo xam ne moo ko ëpp sa experience mu ngi am big projects, good projects yoo xam ne moom dina tax dëkkam bi dina dem te dina rus mu ñëw ngeen jël kayitam bi because Gambian la rek ngeen jël kayitam bi ngeen saani ko fale. Why? Now we are all in a mess. The country is indebted. There's scandal everywhere. Mr. President, whether we like it or not, you are the president. What are you going to do about all this? If up till now, because we had an excuse of, oh, 3 years la nekon, wow, did it first 3 years he was the coalition, so he was not really the president of the Gambia because he was a coalition president. But after the 3 years, when he stayed that extra 2 years, that gave him 5 years. So that extra 2 years, langa def, because at that extra 2 years, janganga tuti nga ham, li dof ak li dohut. Now, you come back to your other 5 years, what are you going to do to change so that at least bo wache nga muna dox ci bi dëkk bi nga am sa ndam, am sa cër nit ñi respect la unless parewuloo waaja. and you want to fight to stay more than the 10 years because you've already done your 5. Because things are not going to continue like this. You have 4 more years to go. And some things need to change. And some things that need to change is rooted inside your system. Doo bugg di jox garab parastamol ñuy naan rek no danga ko war a nandal sa system bi you flush out the bad, flush it out, flush the system. At least 4 years yi nga def loo xam ne nit ñi dinañ xoolaat ne he really transformed. He really is transforming the country. Because right now, it is so bad that people are calling, some people don't even have food to eat. A bag of rice, $2,500, $2,600. That is if you want to eat the better rice. Huh? I sent to the shop, go and buy this, go and buy little things from the nut shop. Oh no, auntie, now the man said the bread is $10. I said, buy tapalapa. Tapalapa too is $10. I said, so now there's no difference between tapalapa and sell food. Okay, anyone you get, you buy. Yeah? Everything has gone up. And so if I am complaining, what about those people? What about those people that don't even have an earning? Because send dom yangi tokir, amuñ lu ñoo fay salary. Oh, by the way, Mr. President, and all Gambians, what's going on with all our institutions? 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒏𝒆𝒍, Social Security, the ports, what's going on? I understand that some of them have not been paying salaries. So if somebody is not receiving a paycheck, that means they can't pay their bills. That means they can't pay school fees. So that means your child gets kicked out. The child stays home. And then we wonder why there are so many children in the streets. You see, it has a rolling effect. Su dara doxute def dey mel ni domino. Su domino di daanu, it goes pam 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 pam. It's the domino effect. Su li doxute rek dara du dox. It rolls down. We are not here just to say or to criticize. Ñun dañ nekk fii, ñun ñoo war a nekk si biti. Di wax lii wrong because ñun ñoo nekk di dem every day di wax nit ñi wala nit ñi di ñu call. Ñu wax la yow Mr. President, what is going on? Bu fekkee ne ñi nekk sa wet dañ laa fenal, dañ laa layal. Use these platforms to see that something ain't right. There's a reason people are talking. The other day I saw even on Facebook, a woman that supports you comes out and said to listen to the cry of your people because people voted for you and even the people that voted for you are crying. That is serious. The market, I don't go to the market because it's nasty. It's filthy. The streets, filthy. I've never seen Gambia so dirty in my entire life. Well, I've been gone for almost 30 years. So maybe between that time, maybe things were just like that and people are so accustomed to it. Why man bima by Gambia tilim toni. It's dirty. People are desolate. Haleibari Simberabi. When we bring investors in this country, do you know the same way we that come from the diaspora, the way we are seeing our country is the same eye they are seeing this country? At least we can even see a little beauty in it. They will see absolutely zero beauty in it because it's not beautiful to them. They see hungry, desolate, dirty country. So if they were supposed to invest $1 billion in this country or more, by the time they pass that airport to come in to go to their hotel, they're already in their mind mathematically reducing the value of their investment for this country. They will even end up saying, instead of building the main building here, I think I'll just build a hub and maybe build the main building in Ghana or Senegal. Mr. President, do you know why right now Senegal is advancing? Because they have policies that is attractive to the investor. Ghana is booming because they have policies, programs, security that is attracting investors. You see, your guys are out there grabbing. But I wish they were patient and worked to fix this country. Buñ liggéeyoon bu baax ñu liggéey jagar dëkk bi. Trust me, xaalis bi dugga ci biir dëkk bi, investors yi dugga ci biir dëkk bi would have been enough for everybody and even more for them. While li aku yi di wax, they hurry past makers. So because they hurry past makers, they say, make we chop quick. And it's sad. Because nguur du pour lekka alali mbooloo la. It's for everybody. Gambia dafa tuuti. Tey suñu doom yaa ngi tumuranke si mbedda bi. Young youth see mom. I can't even talk about the youth right now. When I was campaigning, I said, the kids that are 5 years today, who is catering for them when they are 25 in 20 years? Because the kids that were 5 years, 20 years ago, or 25 years ago, or 20 years ago, that were 5 years, no one catered for them today. And those are 25 years old today and they're languishing in the streets. And we're talking about drugs. Hi, who's joining me? Someone's online. Someone on a video is online. Hello? Someone's on a video. You know, I said, who catered for them? No one catered for them. Everyone used them as clappers, volumizers for the for the politics, and no one catered for them. And 25 years later, these guys, they're struggling in the streets. Some are trying to have a music career. Some are in drugs. Some, because they have, what can they do? There's no civic education, no training. Other day I was watching a program when they said, wow, but they have institutes where they are somewhere, you know, these people that they said were killing, some of them were mechanics, 𝒘𝒄𝒄𝒏𝒏𝒆𝒍 or his, I don't know what. I'm like, when we talk about mechanics, then I'm School of Mechanics here. Huh? Do we have skill centers? Most of them were apparently, who from being apparently, they now said their boss, they opened their own other shop and said now they have a mechanic shop. And then you wonder why all our cars, you buy a brand new car today, within 1 year, the car is packed. Huh? Go out in the streets right now and see how many little kids are there. And Mr. President, please, you need to bring a new policy or put a law in where every child should be in school, if not the parents will be held to account, so that the children can get off the streets and this child labor can stop. Because it's through this child labor, kidnapping is there, sexual abuse is there, and drugs. Get these children off the streets. It is not good for any investor to come to your country and see kids selling in the streets. I am calling upon the IGP. I am calling to all the security sector in this country to save our children. Get these kids off the street. All these kids should have access to school. School ubina, nine duga school. Mandate the parents to put these kids in school. If not, let the parents face it or let them go to jail. But each child, every child should be in school. And please, when you talk about you build 3 classrooms, we want to see those classrooms. We want to see those classrooms. And as for that minister, I am so disappointed because you are a woman. And instead of vetting everything that His Excellency or you guys giving him a write-up that this is good, this is good, this is good on his speech, his report, the report he presented to the Gambia was like everything was okay in this country. Report bobu nonu mu joxe si report am bobu nonu, the State of the Nation address. Naka ngeen ko joxe report bobu te ngeen xam ne du dëgga. Mr. President, buñ la joxe report bala nga present report bi, togal nga investigate report bi, togal nga read report bi, ask for that report 2 months prior to coming out and bring that report out, or 3 months prior to bringing that report out. Nga talk, nga read sa State of Nation report, nga investigate, nga make sure ne everything liñ la wax dëgga nga ba nga ñëw nga read nit ñi naan dëgga xolali it's lie, it's not true. But then you went to the United Nations and you talked about the issues in the Gambia. Mr. President, that State of Nation report should have also addressed the issues in the Gambia and what you are doing to tackle it. You don't go outside on a foreign platform and talk about your issues for the country, because that is a kind of way to get aid, more money, more aid, begging, when you could have addressed that here first as part of your State of the Nation report, so that the people will know or feel that you know what is going on in the country. Xam nga li xew si dëkk bi. Sa address boobu noonu danga waroon a wax li nga wax yépp nga boole ci li xew, and you're aware and what you're doing about it. Why don't ñëw nga jox ñu a report boo xam ne we're all looking like, okay, what's going on? Ban dëkk laa wax. But then you go in an international platform and they write a beautiful speech for you to present on an international platform. Well, guess what? It should have been different. And before you talk about other countries' problem, like Taiwan and China, that's too big for us to handle. We have enough issues in the country. We don't want to, we don't care about other people's mess right now. Because deka binga ba inga dem fale ni den sona right now. Man, I know that because man dimbale na be munatuma. Munatuma, I can't. Banyuma, why munuma? And that is the reality. There's no cash flow. There's no business. There's no tourism. Your ministry, tourism ministry, is talking about Ukraine war. That is why tourism probably will not have tourists this year. What the heck do we have to do with Ukrainian tourists? Since Kanlandan, I'm Ukrainian tourist. Why tourists get fly, you get them the Canary Islands, all these places, Egypt, all these places are packed. They have a fantastic, they're all looking towards fantastic tourism. Funeka everywhere is booming. But for some reason, Gambia has Ukraine war. The Ukraine war is affecting the Gambia so much that there'll be no tourism. Come on. You see, there might be the masses that are not educated to understand. But there are few people like me that understand what is going on. Bolen bugute liggéey wala munu leen a liggéey. Please hand it over. I'm working on a project right now dafa am ku ma wax mu ne ma director position bii nga def nii de fii director si de dañ dee bëgg a big cars big money waaye duñ dee liggéey so foog mu am assistant ba pare assistant boobu am assistant. I said me if I have any director working with me or with any project that I bring, especially if it's a project where I have to pay the money back, they will work. They will work from morning du ñoom ñooy mujjee wàcca because lii moo tax yenn dëkk yi raw ñu. Because a director, so you are just a director of decoration, and this is how our ministers are. They're all like big boss. They don't do anything. What country is this? In a country where we need all hands on deck. That is why it's easy. That is why politicians are crisscrossing all over the place, because it's easy. They got crisscross because and this is easy. They can deal easy. Everybody will come out, I want to be a president, because it's easy. You don't have to do anything. Just chop some money and talk some few good talks. Hey. Let us be serious. I'm not here because I want you to love me, to say she can be our president. No. Because regardless of what happened, I've lived my life. Mandema Dunda. Man, I love me. I love my life. I lived. What I'm doing right now is a sacrifice. Because I have a heart. And bima ote mota my my brothers and sisters in the diaspora yep ñew len because ñun rek ñoo mëna ñew together ñu dimbali and nit ñi nekk fi because they're fooling them. Dañ leen di nax. There's so much going on. What's with the drug? What happened to the container of drugs? We all saw it. Where's the report on that? What's with the social security scandal? All these scandals that we see that are coming out and then it's gone. Mr. President, if one of your ministers is in office and is included in some sexual misconduct, as a public officer, somebody working for the public, for the people, he should be fired. He should be fired. Dañ ko wara daha. Why all these scandals came out, nothing happened. So if nothing is happening to these people when they steal, buñ sàccee, buñ nekkee ci sex scandal, di def lu leen neex, di dawal li leen neex ci biir dëkk bi, nobody holds them to account. What kind of leadership do we have? Lan lañoo encourage ci dëkk bi? Lan lañoo jàngal suñ ndaw yi? Lan lañ leen di jàngal? Lan lañ leen di won? Parce que the young people are looking at these people and saying, hey, it is so easy to make money and steal. Man, anything goes. Man tamit mun naa rape. Man tamit mun naa tëdda anybody, nothing happens. Man tamit I can do this. Man tamit I can steal. Nothing will happen to me. Is that the country we really want? Is that the country we really want? We're not your enemies. And I'm talking here to all the people supporting the president. We are not your enemies. Man suma bëggoon liggéey amoon naa liggéey since time Yaya Jammeh, even since time Jawara. Not to say Jammeh. And then time Jammeh. But it's not about that. It's about making, xam nga buga lu baax, buga sa dëkkal lu baax, buga quality. Huh? Mr. President, One thing Jammeh used to do was he would get into his car and do like a personal visit. He would just take his car personally in the night and drive in areas and see things for himself. Do that sometimes, so that you will know that people around you are not helping you. People around you, I think they want your failure. Because if they really want you to succeed, I call it a sabotage. Those are the people that are sabotaging your government. You see, Mr. President, I don't have a problem with you taking a private jet to fly to the UN meeting. I don't. What I have a problem with is leaving your country in the way it is in dire straits, and then taking 3 days prior to the event to New York, and then having your so-called advisor paroling in the streets like they're all on a damn holiday on taxpayers' money, and then coming to tell us about bread costing $6, like we don't live in the US and eat organic food, and still the organic bread don't cost $6. Who the hell are you guys fooling? Who are you fooling? It's not about the private jet, because when you want to go somewhere important and you know you're going to make billions of dollars for your country, yes, you can take a private jet because you can calculate and say, this is what this, because I'm getting this. Is all mathematics. You quantify it. But just to take a private jet, just to go and gallivant all over the place, you had a holiday, you were on vacation. Why didn't you go on vacation and knew all the Mboka and friends and everybody and do all that and make your connections? And then the UN thing, you go the same day or the day before, you can fly with a private jet, go and do the meeting, make sure you get some good connection, make sure you get some good deals for your country, negotiate for your country, bring back something and say to your people, listen, this is what I got for you. Then no one will tell you anything about your private jet. The people around you that are your so-called advisors, Mr. President, keep them in order. They are diplomats. They flew with diplomatic passports. They are representing every Gambian in this country. And it's a disgrace seeing them paroling up and down the streets, showing us that they're going to Apple Store and all that. Showing, what that does is it's showing us that they don't know anything. They've never been anywhere. They don't know anything, never been anywhere, never had anything. And these are the people giving you advice on how to run our country. Yes, I have a problem with that. Some of us live in the Apple Store. We are shopaholics. We shop till we drop. But we're not in the government. We can do videos. That's for people like us. We don't do videos. We can do even videos. We can even do video anywhere we go. But once you're in that office, and people are paying for you to be in that office, all these so-called diplomats in that office, you need to watch what you do. You need to be careful at what you do. You need to think that if people are taking your video, you say, no videos. Because you are representing a country. You don't see any other head of state doing that nonsense. You don't see their advisors all over the place doing nonsense, showing off. You're flying on taxpayers' money. Huh? When people tell me, why is he flying with private jet? I said, he is a president. He can fly with private jet because we don't want to look silly. Flying in economy and then everybody has to wait because some meetings he has to fly private jet. But it's not about flying the private jet. It's about what he's going to do when he flies with a private jet that costs over $350,000 US. It's about what he is going to do or what he's bringing for the country, what he's bringing back. That is what is important. Somebody wants to join the video. Jim Job, I'm going to have you on now. I think approve, send invitation. It says you want to join. So I don't have a problem with that. Because if I spend $350,000 or more then guess what? I must be bringing billions of dollars back to my country. Hello, Jim. Nakanga def?
Hey, Maddie, I'm good. And you?
Degu malade, you're low.
I'm good. And you?
Sa sound bangi low de, Jim.
I'm getting you loud and clear, but I.
Yang
Yeah, I'm getting. Maladiga, yeah.
Aramo ekatisma volume be set. Nasi man la.
Yeah.
Let me just put my volume up.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Maddie, you for a long time.
It's not sounding. Is it sounding?
Yeah,
bad?
definitely.
Jim, yokal sa volume be?
Yeah, mungi 100%. It's 100% now. I say we
Can
are
you
dying
guys
here.
hear Jim? Because I can't hear him.
Well, that might be the network though.
Hello, Jim.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now I can hear you on the other phone.
Yeah, Manikom Lingawani is very true. Yeah, it's very true.
Okay. Now I can hear you on the other phone.
Yeah, definitely. It's getting worse every day. It's getting worse every day because man, but other people around somewhere. Because man, them not give us from the last week for school material. Like a girl of 2 years or 4 years was just standing behind me. I didn't know what was going on. Then I told her that I like to know. I'm going to get back. I'm going to say, I'm going to hal. Why have a hal against it? I used to. And I'm going to get a dome. I want to Mother, my explain yërëm naa ko sax ma ne ko waaye noonu la ma ne ko àddina soo tànnee ci duma leen parce que suñ toll nii suñ government man dama ko wax ma ne ñu amul government we just have alcalo it's not a government because government at least xam nga sa dëkk lu moo demee you go to a United Nations meeting the situation that is the Gambia is going on no more face waaye yow yaa ngi ñëw di address something else. What is the problem with Mali? We don't have a problem with Mali. We have our own problem too. Like I'm going to say, man 2019, the leg in that pumping. We don't have it. So, bohol lang use. Magyan ba naman po na may body ko in the so nga nag yo yang am problem bu nek sa don lal nga yang dem utal saji soxla jam. So you to know the negative channel because you amul ben family, you have an extended family. Yang ñew comedy liggéey. Ñew comedy liggéey parce que family ngi bara. Ñeneen ak ñeneen. So you gonna 5,000 wala 10,000 bay yang ko don. Jam nga? Dafa stressful trop. Dafa stressful bi de kay. Comme fa lañ ko wara joy. Sport dafa ñom ñu they are feeling they are pocket. You know, 5 years first. Kon tan na mo first. Dañ la moo fees so bala moo fees ba tamit ñëpp dem ñëpp ñu bàyyi fi ay jame sax xatane
woon honestly because loolu du yow kenn rek man am na ñu bëri ñoo xam ne dama wax ak ñoom I know it's interfering but I couldn't hear him that's why I had to use another line to talk to him so just bear with me. Wow, but it is very sad, Limwah, because Limwah is not only him that's going through that. A lot of people have issues. To even help somebody else is a problem. Put dimbale kenensa, man mi waha yo nisa right now. Put dimbale kenensa dafa miti. You understand? It is just what it is. Mota mane, folk head of state be more wara joke mu holat nit ko wur. Because ñun ku nekk right now moom mooy suñ president. Whether we like it or not, moom moo fa toog. That is the reality. You understand? Exactly. More for talk. Why super talk etamit na door mu togat mu take a back seat mu set at mirbine okay you know what something is not right na holat cabinetam na tana because there are so many young people yo xamne tay ñu ngi xiif mun nañoo liggéey na def ñoo xamne mun nañoo liggéey pare nañoo liggéey they are competitive deka bi mun a dem bu fekkee ne ñi moo waxal ñu ko fenal let him remove them su fekkee ne ñu ngee sàcc corruption let him freeze their accounts ñu dem toog ñu investigate leen waaye gis nga man miy wax nii dañoo toog ne waaw oh because nekkul government moo tax dafa jealous dafa nii it's not about jealousy man bëgguma lekk xaalisi mbooloo parce que xaw ma naka laay mujjee man dama bëgg su may mujjee ma continuer di rafet nii rek di yàlla di ma barke waaye lekk xaalisi mbooloo nga màgget sonna feebar dee sax mënuloo koo dee ñu wonder why this man is so sick he cannot even die because yàlla bëggut la fa you have to repent on earth before you go gis nañ ko fi ñaata yoon since time Jawara ba léegi am na ñoo xam ne ñu ngi feebar waaye yàlla bëggul leen a jël bi ko dañ am pour jégalu because xaalisi mbooloo bañ lekka dëkk bi dafa war a romba fii Gambia dafa war a romba fii yow du yow kenn rek am problème soo demee si marché bi borom marché yi soo fa demee jigéen yaa ngay jooy dangaa wër a wër dangaa gis jigéen buy wër a wër pañeem baa ngi empty mu ngee wër di wër because xamul sax lan la war a jënda man dama yenn saa sometimes a whole thing you know fish and everything and maalo ma mayee nga gis kooku wax ba di jooy xam nga it's pathetic dama dee ruus sax so xam nga dégg naa bu baax li nga wax and it's not only you moo tax ma ne la it takes all of us to come together as Gambians you wax ak suñ head of state because moom moo fa toog right now is either mu régler mbir bi wala ñun ñëpp ñu seet naka la ñoo def because dëkk bi du mun a dem nii bugguñ benn violence ci dëkk bi bugguñ bay bàyyi nit ku xiif bu yàggee dina tumuranke bu yàggee mu def loo xam ne waruta def tey sàcca booy si sàcca nii wala ñuy reyee frustration dañ laajte lu tax ñu toog di reyante bi bari people are frustrated people want to eat te lu ma toog fii ma ne ndaw yi please bu leen reyante please bu leen rey please bu leen sàcca de bu si ki dafa dof kii xamul li ñoo miti kii xamul ki this what is she saying dañ maa saaga because they will say kii xamul melentaan bi ñoo maata suñ biir kër wala maata bi maa maata suma kaw laal people are frustrated te dëkk boo xam ne nit ñi dañ uneasy nit ñi stable wala nit ñi they're not comfortable and they're going through a lot bu yàggee nit ki dafa futeeku mu def loo xam ne ëllëg su toogee sa moom si boppam dina ko réccu waaye ba mu koo def teyu ko because of circumstances situation moo tam tey maa ngi on the head of state mu xoolaat cabinetam mu toog mu xoolaat ñi ko wóor this is not about mu employ mu jël nit ñun ñëpp taacul ko vice président fii la taxaw wax bu rafet man bi mu waxee waxuma dama xaar ba léeta ma génn ma wax ma ne ko yaa wax de mais que soo ne li nga wax nga taxaw ci waaye right now he's even driving on the other side of the road why would you have to do that doo teel a eewu nga dem liggéey looy firi si kaw tali bi mel ni yéen a moom dëkk bi what nonsense is this
it's crazy it's definitely crazy honestly
it's very sad why am na keneen ku bëgg a bokk xaaral ma join am there somebody thank you so very much am na kuy join hello Mary thank you so much I don't know why my sound is not coming up let me see
I think we're getting you the audience are getting
hold on
you.
Let me see hold on let me do this okay come on.
Yes, I say the audience are getting you. When this previous caller has made a call, we were hearing you, but you couldn't hear it loud and clear.
Yes.
Yeah. But this program is very important. It is all about Gambia. You are concerned, I am concerned, and so many other people in the Gambia are concerned about the state of affairs of our country. The Gambia of late, under Mr. Adama Barrow, is things are going on unabated. And command responsibility in a battlefield would teach us that a leader or any other commander who is running the affairs of a joint force has to be responsible, because you have to make your lieutenant and your battle forces accountable for whatever they do. And you being the head, your inaction or lack of action, you are as culpable as the one who does that same decision or that bad action in the country.
Exactly.
So, in the Gambia, Adama Barrow is as guilty as those people who are stealing and looting our coffers, and they go unpunished because today, Mr. Adama Barrow is at the helm of affairs. He would be accountable for every bad thing that goes on in that country. Equally, that same Mr. Adama Barrow, who proclaimed himself as the president, because still now I, as an individual, have not yet remembered endorsing him as a president yet, because he stole the election. And we, you know, as human beings, we have to know the root cause of everything. If we want accountability, transparency, and probity, we have to be honest our very self before we go move from the wrong to the right. You know, and today the predicaments of the Gambian situation, I call on all religious front, be it Muslim or whatever God you believe in. The status quo in the Gambia of late as of today, you may be NPP or you may be describing yourself as whatever, but the country, as we speak right now, is unsustainable. And every Gambian has to come with this realization, starting from Mr. Adama Barrow, in the sense that there are too much of corruption. It goes unabated, unchecked. That means command responsibility has hold Mr. Adama Barrow responsible for not taking any action. And tomorrow, if this country, it seems like 2016 came Adama Barrow, we thought that everything would be changed for the good of the country. But here we are as a country today. We saw ourselves going back to dictatorship, because things that are going on in our country today is unsustainable.
But you know why? Do you know why, Mr. I didn't get your name.
Ensa, ABC.
Ensa, do you know why it's looking like we're going back to dictatorship? Because the same enablers that have been there since the time of Jawara to Jammeh are the same enablers that are still there, telling him how it is to be a president, telling him how it is to do this. Oh, you are the president, you can do this. Oh, you're the president. And this is what I'm talking about when I say we need to flush our system. You see, so Nandalut system being a flush out all these people that have been key players since Jawara's time up to now, they can be do them, because these are the same people. Te Gambia, pour nga nekk fi president, foog nga xam deka bi naka la melon time Jawara, time Jammeh ak legi. Because so xamute players rek deka bi du muna dem. Because these are the same players nga they mislead president.
That's right. That is another mistake, deadly mistake that Mr. Adama Barrow has done, because today there has been so many educated elites in the Gambia. You cannot say that, oh, these were the people who were doing things as this thing, as business as usual. No, we need new crops of people, people who would want to bring in good knowledge, technology transfer, divergence of opinion, and not only being there, but you have to really resolve. Because if you are a state minister, you cannot accomplish anything within a first quarter, then there is no need for you to be there. But here is the thing, though, because Mr. Adama Barrow, in the first place, being the head of the leader of the country, he cannot assess the people, because the guy doesn't know, he hasn't have the experience, the expertise, and the skill set to assess and evaluate these people who are under him, to be able to make an informed decision to say that, oh, okay, we know I put you under this department, but your skill set and your expertise is not needed in there. So the man is just like a goon in that place, because even though if he is aware, but Mr. Barrow is conflicted with making decision to be bold, and whatever he is thinking is like, when I make this decision, what is the political ramification I'm going to face? No, Mr. Barrow, we are talking to you directly that in the Gambia today, those people around you are equally touched, that the common person in Fatoto, in Wuli, in Nyomi are all affected. The country is hard. Whoever is telling you this are just fooling you, because the Gambian people are hungry.
That's very true.
That is the realization we have to tell the president. We do not need a bigger government. We need people who are sober-minded, who are there.
People who are ready to do the work. People who are ready to go out there and work, not sitting in air-conditioned office and driving big cars. We need hands on deck right now.
The truth of power. But Adam Barrow, when he looked around himself, he will realize that those people around him are not good for him. Because they are not telling him what is the reality.
Yeah, come in. Sorry. Somebody's joining us. Barrow, I think somebody is Barrow, right?
Yes, it's Barrow.
Mr. Sonka, yeah, welcome.
Mr. Njai, what you're saying is very, very interesting, and that's what is on the ground. You know, Excellency, if the Gambia have to move forward, appointments should not be based on compensation. Basically, 90% of people at State House, 90% of the cabinet are all compensated, either one way or the other. You campaign for the president, okay, after you want him. But they don't know they don't even have a clue how the government works.
No.
Unless and until appointments are based on merit, who know how to do, capability, Excellency, we're not going anywhere.
No, we're not.
Yeah, as of what we are saying about the presidential advisor going to the city, in New York City, by the taxpayers' money, you couldn't imagine, you couldn't even believe.
It's embarrassing.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, to them, I don't know, I couldn't even put into words.
Yeah.
What was he thinking?
Yeah. After making, Barrow, after making the first video where he was all over the street, I think at that point, his colleagues that were with him in New York should have called him to account and said, boy, what you're doing is not correct. You are a diplomat, regardless. You see, at some point, when we all work together, we help each other, because he didn't know. Obviously, he'd never been to New York since he said it's the capital of the United States. So he's never been out. So if somebody like that is out there fooling not only himself, he's making a fool out of every Gambian. And living in the United States, me, Marisol, I have fought as a Black woman, as an African woman in the United States for my identity as a Black woman and an African. Because people tell me, you don't look African. You are not from Africa. You don't look African. I said, how does an African look? I have more beautiful sisters in Africa. I had a business in America. I was fought tooth and nail for that business. So if you have somebody like this coming from my country, acting the fool in the streets, but it's people like this, Gambians bitim rew ku all video bobu dañ la heblu dañ la yap, because ñi ñoo nekk di leen represent ci biir dëkk bi, ñi ñoo nekk ci seen state house bi, ñi ñoo nekk ci seen government bi, a presidential advisor, they make a foolery of every Gambian that is out there in the diaspora, and it's an embarrassment.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, do you think that the colleagues and friends are even better than him? They are on the same category. They just see themselves. Because even the video, you could see some of them are in the video. You could recognize them. They are part of they are working at State House.
Yeah, but some of them maintain their diplomacy. A lot of them maintain their diplomacy. You don't see any of them out there behaving. How many times the government has gone out internationally for meetings? Do you see them doing such nonsense?
No.
Huh?
No.
And this is what I'm saying. When you take somebody that is so clueless, and then not only that, he did it one time, he's doing it, and now even talking to people like, listen, who has not been to New York? I just came from New York City, right there on Times Square. My hotel was there. Who are you talking to? You bought bread for $6 freaking.
Yeah, this is very sad to hear the president's advisor.
For $6. What nonsense
President's
is this?
advisor claiming that the bread in America here, people are not hungry. I live in the U.S. I live in Olympia in Washington here, and you know, here people are not hungry.
Thank you.
But then to say that, you know, a bread is $6 equivalent to feeding a family of 10 here and there is the lowest of all low that this guy can.
It's nonsense.
I think this man should have learned from Yankuba Toure in the sense that Yankuba Toure used to be the loudest mouth in Yahya Jammeh government.
Thank you.
And he also seemed to be another loud mouth in Barrow government. And he has to learn the definition of insanity is repeating the same thing over and over and expecting the same result to be achieved. However, the Gambians, we need to learn. We just put behind us a TRRC commission. What have we learned from that? Because we have had so many, you know, violations that happen.
We cannot learn from that, Mr. Njai. Wait, we cannot learn from that. You know why we cannot learn from that? Because absolutely nothing was done with the recommendation. So
that's right.
Learn from that.
Right. So,
how can you learn from something when
they wasted money again? President like Adama Barrow, I'm sorry I call him a president because he is not under my face. Because this guy, he is lazy to learn. He is very unwilling to learn. And he does not have the charisma to improve himself. That aside, we are not criticizing this Adama Barrow just because we hate him. No. We do know for a fact this Adama Barrow lacks the expertise, and the people who surround him are not really helping him. Because look, the corruption that have happened since 2016 in this government, what has happened to them? No one has been penalized. No one has been reprimanded. No one has been punished.
No,
so
actually, you get accolades.
In another way around,
well, then
Adama,
you did well.
Yeah, Adama, in another way around, is orchestrating the bad governance system that is happening in our country, ranging from abuse of office, corruption, and maladministration. And that is where we have a divergence of opinion with this Mr. Barrow. Because here is the thing. This Mr. Barrow came and said, Yahya Jammeh was doing so bad in human rights violation thing, rule of law and good governance. Here comes Mr. Barrow, who is supposed to be an agent of change, is repeating the same thing, even worse than Yahya Jammeh.
What is an abuse? What is, when you say violation to human rights? I mean, maybe he does not understand what violation to human rights are. Maybe he feels that violation to human rights is only maybe killing people. He doesn't understand that even when your people don't have access to education, it's violation to human rights. If people don't have access to food,
this is all wrong. We have seen them trying to demolish other people's buildings who have been building their compounds. For the last 10,
there's a lot of
15
violations
years.
here.
But overnight, you start to do those kind of things. So, you know what I'm saying, essentially, in short,
yeah, because I have some people
wanting
to join. I have about 2 people on row wanting to join. Sorry, Mr. Njai. Yes,
okay, thank you very much. We cannot sustain what is happening in the Gambia right now. Thank you.
No, thank you so much. I have some people wanting to join, but they keep cutting off. Oh, you see, they've gone. Okay. Well, there you have it. And this is what I'm talking about. This is why if you want to join the conversation, join the conversation. But also, please, there are so many people wanting to come up and join. We are trying to be productive here. We are trying to talk about issues and way forward. We want to hold account to the head of state because at the end of the day, he's the leader. And as a leader, you lead by example. And we are calling on the president. You are the president. No one can deny that now. Internationally, everybody, you are the president, President Adama Barrow. So President Adama Barrow, what are you going to do to make the people under you do what they're supposed to do, implement what they promised to implement? Actually, it helps you as a president to be able to fix the mess that they have created. Before your tenure ends, the mess should be fixed, because people cannot continue like this. And when people are getting uneasy, then the country becomes unstable. I have investors that want to come to this country, and the first thing they ask is the Gambia stable. And of course, being a Gambian, I say yes. It is one of the most stable countries in the world. But if they go online and they see, oh, killings and people, you know, talking and unrest and all that, it makes me look bad. It makes me like I'm lying. Gambia has maintained its peace. One of the things that Yahya Jammeh said was, let us not jeopardize our security. The peace of the country, the security of the country is paramount to the success of the Gambia. And we need to maintain that. We need to maintain that. Let us stop this politics of just rewarding people because they support us in politics. If they don't have the capacity, I'm sorry. Get people who are ready to work, who are ready to do, because when they work, when this country is beautified and everybody is doing what they're supposed to do, trust me, everybody will be rewarded because everyone will be happy. Ñëppay kontaan. Ñëppay kontaan. MK Sanyang, my worry is not about Dr. Ceesay joining NPP. You know, like I said, you know, some of us stand here and we talk all day and we talk, but you see, talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. You have to do the work. Man dara jaraluma may dem boka fo xamne du muna dem. Bala ma boka dafa ma muna implement lima wara implement, because nit ki sa kaddu rek nga am. Nit ki sa kaddu rek nga am. Sa kaddu rek nga am. So that's him. What we are talking about here is the issues of the country. Maybe Dr. Ceesay joining him, maybe things will change. I don't know. But he needs to reshuffle. The president needs to reshuffle that cabinet because it's not working. The people there right now, they are not working. Is Ahmad Ba even working at his office? Is any minister working at their office right now? Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of people. I know quite a few people in government that are so dedicated to their work. Trust me. And for me, every time those particular people, I praise them, I encourage them, because I think they're working so hard. But you know what's sad? Boo nekkee si government yow ngay liggéey hard te sa ñeneen ñi liggéey def day tax sa liggéey bi gën a miiti li tax sa liggéey bi gën a miiti yow yaa ngi try so hard pour liggéey ñeneen yaa ngi yaxa wala liggéey at all. Imagine nga am documents pour minister sign, minister is never in office. Wala nga am you know, at the end of the day, then yen mi nekk si ron bu yàggee yen tam ngeen doo di lapse. And then you wonder why nit ne yónnee naa leen email 2 weeks ago ba tey ñu nekk jotuñ email bi, or yónnee naa document bi ba tey document bi génn I didn't hear any response, because ñi fa dem ñu ngi bugg a liggéey waaye buñ demee gis ne système bi doxut ñi fa nekkuñ di liggéey, at some point dañoo discourage ñoom tamit ñu drop out duñ liggéey. Mary Williams, I know you want to come on. I keep sending your request. I think you're coming on now. You know? So deka bi ñun ñëpp ko moom. Mary Williams, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Toma, na nga def?
Maa ngi fi naka ngeen def?
Man jaama rek alhamdulillah. Man ñaari ting laa bugg a wax.
Waaw.
Si lopitaan bi ak airport bi. Lopitaan bi Adama Barrow. Mu ngi dëkk si boori lopitaan bi Yaya Jammeh bu mu fa nekkee. Ñun mun nañoo wax ne Yaya Jammeh def na lu nekk Gambia. Waaye lopitaan bi health.
Waaw dëgg la.
Daf ko defoon si bakkenam. Guddi. Nit ñi dañoo liggéey di tëdda. di nelaw foofu noonu mu dem fekka leen fa foga leen ñu eewu si ëllëg si ñu daaxala suñ fu mu nekk nii kenn ñeme ñatu tax am si ñu nga xam ne dañ war a wusin oo nga biir nit ñi ñëpp a ngee daw biir léegi pour am doom
billaay
ñëpp a ngi soo buggee dem wusini nga wusin nga dee oo sa doom bi dangaa ragal nga wusin nga dee
man yóbbu naa fa suma jànga bi pour mu wasin man dem naa fa ba ma yuuxu noos yi dama dem ma yuuxu dama mer because li ma fa gis te man yàgg naa dem lopitaan bi ko dama daan yóbbu lekka si children's wing bi pour yaay yi ak doom yi suma benn xarit xaratu daf ko daan def may ko jàppale ñu ñëpp di yóbbu di dem den main hospital bi tamit dama daan dem di jàppale suma jànga bi ki ma liggéeyal dafa ëmboon bi moo wasin is the same thing understand nga ñu dem it was just bad it was completely bad you know and at some point doo mun a blame sax nurses yi wala nga blame doctors yi facility bi moom lañ doole lu toon the facility was bad and to Royal Victoria Hospital man suma maam yi dañ fa liggéey suma maam liggéey na fa suma baajen liggéey na fa man maa ngi remember bi maa nekk xaleel white la ñoo sol lu nekk a set dangaa dem mu ngi xeeñ lopitaan mu ngi xeeñ garab danga xam nga it was clean léegi dangaa dem emergency ward nga dem fu nekk a tilimoon fu nekk a bon nothing is happening that is one hospital demal si yeneen yi nekk si kaw gi wala nga dem fi dex gi fi ñoo dem def nurse you see 2 nurses sitting there last year benn place corrugate bi dafa naaw nurses si mel ne dañoo dem man maa leen yónnee xaalis pour ñu jënd corrugate so these are all things we as regular citizens duñ mun a def everything lii moo tax ñuy doon xeex so nguur bu toog moo war a seet health sectors yi yëpp it's nice booy taxaw election nga wax lii yëpp si plateforme ne dinañ jegar lii dinañ jegar lii boo toogee nga mel ni ku naax it's not nice xoola airport bi ñaata million lañ ko jegare
airport bi sorry Mari bugguma laa dog man last year maa jógee Gambia dem di ñibbi delluwaat di ñibbi si airport bi maa amat ba di ma xool may ko xool mu ne ma xamee naa la de ma ne ko man tamit xamee naa la mu ne doo Miss Williams ma ne ko Miss Williams la mu ne ma ne ko yaay woon suma boss Novotel time boobu maa ngi faa liggéey ma ne ko waaw ma ne ko amat ba ñëpp a ngi too ñëpp dañ ma doon tojal teeñ ma ne leen lii amul tojal teeñ suma dégg laa wax ñun dañ dëkka si dëkka bi ñun ñëpp a juddoo si dëkka bi lu tax ñun ñu dëkka Europe di ñëw suñ dëkka di fay $1,000 di génn di fay $1,000 te gisuñ dara ñu def ko si airport bi airport baa ngi nii di seena nañ ñu yéreem ñun dañoo liggéey suñ xaalis bi yëpp Gambia laa delluwaat.
waaw of course.
Gambia.
boo leen bëggee ñibbi sax doo leen ñibbi parce que boo leen ñibbi kana leen di dimbali kanay dimbale ñi fi nekk.
bés buñ màggetee la ñoo wax suñ màggetee war a ñibbi si ndax dinañ ñu dimbali ndax am na fuñ ñu war a def.
dara
waaye ñoom dañ bugg a jël ngoof ñu bañ jeex tak duñ desee bu tuut loolu dafa daw yaram torop.
daw na yaram de.
ba pare nga war a dem nga feebar sa papa feebar oo sa yaay nga rëng-rëngi dem ba Sénégal.
billaay.
ñaanuñ yàlla nga dem ba àgga sa kilifa bi dee nga war a tee jëlaat ñëwaat loolu dafa metti.
dafa metti.
ñu suñ fa ji nga man dama ko dee wax man maa gënoon a ay si Yaaya Jammeh ñun ñoo ko ñun diaspora bi ñoo ko génnee. understand nga. ñun dañ teg suñ xaalis bu bari pour xeexa Yaaya Jammeh amul luñ ko defut waaye suñ yëgoon ne njuuma bi toog foofu suñ ko fi toog defee man dama ne Adama Barrow duma la waaw suñ parents yaa ngee dee reyante bi am fa sàcca dangaa toog ba sa néeg foofu kankurang du demee kër jàmbur di sàcca musuma gis kankurang man kankurang Christmas laa ko xamee woon waaye Christmas jotul kankurang dugga si kër jàmbur yi di sàcca si nguuri Adama Barrow laa ko
desperation xale yi dañoo ut pexe xale yi léegi because ndeysaan soo demutee school amuloo métier amuloo pour dem school yi métier because bu njëkk ba soo demutee school dañ laa yóbbu lu ñu ooyee school yi métier
waaw présentation
jigéen sax ñun St. Joseph's dangaa dem school loolu terewut dangaa dem dangaa am either sewing wala cookery class because ñu ne jigéen foog na jàngal loolu yëpp waaw boys yi thank you boys yi tamit is the same thing dañ daan am carpentry am metal workshop am all that léegi right now all that is not there
tous amatut school setal examination buñ am nii
look at how many wow
you know how 600 xaleel ñoo paas loolu musuma koo gis
dafa ruslu
ba pare ma wax mu jël délégation bu bari boobu yóbbu ko Amerika di yóbbu bëre kat koo xam ne daf daan di bëre lan la doon su lifin entourage
graw na de moo tax ma ne la Adama Barrow
ñu dee
whether we like it or not he's now our president waaye dafa war a jóg mu xoolaat cabinetam mu jéem a seet naka la réformer cabinetam reform governmentam because bu dul loolu gàcce moo ko cee fekk because at the end of the day
xam naa ne maa ngi wax Gambian sang maa déglu fu mu nekk nii ñu ngi join si xam Adama Barrow faa dem jigéen nañ may jigéen yi jigéen lañ fa diaspora bi plan nañ dañoo teg jigéen ngemba ko ñu suñ xaalis mun nañoo dajale xaalis comme ñun ñoo génne Yaaya Jammeh dinañ ko fa génne tegal ñu jigéen ñu may góor yi ñu may nañ dem toog
boo leen toogee bi maa dem campagne ma ne leen ngeen ne jigéen du fi taxaw ma ne waaye at the end of the day góor boo gis tey góor lu mu nga de jigéen a ko jur ma ne ko te jigéen dëkk yi nga xool yëpp am jigéen dégguloo fa benn scandale Liberia mii nga gis nii bi Liberia am problème jigéen lañ fa def mu régler problème bi Angleterre a ngi nii ba Boris Johnson mesopee jigéen moo ñëw moom lañ fa def
waaw
dëkk yu bari bu ñu demee
Sweden tamit jigéen moo fi nekkoon
ñu door a jigéen because at the end of the day ñun jigéen ñi bu ñoo liggéey duñ liggéeyal suñ boppa dañoo sacrifice dañoo ñaxa jigéen li moo liggéey góor nekk sax di ko liggéey parce que ñun dañoo liggéeyal suñ doom yi te dëkk bi Gambie dañ ko war a liggéeyal suñ ndaw yi dañ ko war a liggéeyal suñ doom yi bu ko defee ñu won leen naka la corruption bi dafa bari jublaan bi dafa bari dañ leen war a won di right way bu ko defee gars yi am a right path ni ñoo toppa because lii fee xew dafa bari
ba pare am na lu ma fàttee wax social security ñun liggéey nañ Gambia ba dee laa la wax ñëw Europe gi suñ xaalis a ngi social security demoon naa di claim suma xaalis xam nga lan lañ ma jox ID card moom lañ ma jox waaw ma ne leen su fekkee ne da ngeen ID card bii ngeen maa jox ndax da ngeen foog ne xëj na da ngeen bugg a ma dee su ma dee suma yaayang fa ngeen jox ko ak suma papa loolu laa leen wax waaye daal maa ngi su neexee yàlla xaw ma kañ laa faajo su ma ñëwatee si ñoom laay jublu nit ñi soona ne liggéey ba dee
dañ war a rek téye suñ government account ñu nekk di leen waxal di leen won ne li ñoo def correct fii correct
ma ne Adama Barrow ñu war a daaxa dafa bari si government bi ñu war a daaxa dafa war a daaxa Amat Bah waaw si aboo nit ñi ŋaañama Amat Bah
dëgg la
Claudio Cole
Ministry of Health
Minister of Health
waaw wax dëgg
waaw
even education because
waaw moom la ñeneen ci ñooñu Adama Barrow dafa raay moom dafa mel ni dafa ragal Amat Bah dafa ragal Amat Bah Amat Bah bu yàgg la waroon a dem waaye dafa ragal Amat Bah loolu la
waaw non fu mu nekk nii Gambia suñ institutions yëpp ñoo am problème ports Gamcel social security all these name it ñoom ñëpp am issue ñu bari fay ñu salary for a long time understand nga they have a lot of issues te these are Gambia's institutions yi Gambia ko moom understand nga
so dañoo toog si ñu ne Adama Barrow mu ngi jaay yéena si suñ institution yi mu dina jaay yooyu noonu understand nga nañ leen ñu toog rek ñu dem Adama Barrow dafa toog maa dem ba Mankamankounda Adama Barrow toog amut 3 months mu sampa manson boo xam ne suma maam musu faa nekka ñu toogaat mu Bill White House kon kon fan la jëlee xaalis boobu noonu nañ ñu wax rek
ma ne la comme ni akuy dee wax i hori pass mekes bu ñu jagaroon dëkk bi toppatoon nit ñi
suñ saagee sax duñ si wax dara
thank you. Xam nga suñ ñu kontaane xam nga sa citizens yi suñ kontaane dëkk bi kontaan yow loo def sa dañ laa tàccu ne waa jar na ko because liggéey nga
di nga noonu lañ daa def Jawara
loo def loo dara nga dika toppatoo sa boppa loolu is not correct
ba pare
waaye Mari ma wax la leena te ma dama bëgg a Gambien si déglu lii politique yi t-shirt politique yi benn cin foog lii am xam nga lu tax
sabar
because xaalis bi nga jël nga spend pour t-shirts yi man dama calculer t-shirts yi benn t-shirt $150 $200 nga times boobu by 1 million that's over $200 million xaalis boobu am na fu mu dem te xaalis boobu yëpp boo ko jël di jagar t-shirt nga jagar ay benn cin ak yooyu xaalis yooyu yëpp boo toogee yooyu ngay njëkk a fayeeku waat loolu ngay njëkk a deeloo te pour deeloo ko foog nga sàcca because yaa ngi just dugga si nguur so dama bëgg nit ñi eewu ñu xam loolu noonu because dëkk boo dem yeneen dëkk yi suñ jagaree t-shirt sax daf lañ ko dee jaay ku bëgg nga jënda waaye du t-shirt ay vote du benn ci nay vote du yàppin nag ay vote liy vote mooy sa carte bi sa carte mooy sa baat te that kind of politics we need to eliminate that in the Gambia lii moo tax nit ñi ñuy leen a nax because yow xaalis boobu nga invest pour def loolu yëpp foog nga jëlaat foog nga koo jëlee you have to steal because foog nga delloo xaalis boobu foog nga delloo xaalis boobu ñi nga amee yëpp you have to pay them back so lii yëpp nit ñi dañ ko war a bàyyi xel because fii ko wax rek am nga t-shirt my friend the t-shirt is not the one you are voting go and cast your vote go and cast your vote that is what more important dangaa rey ay nag boo reyee an nag ñu toog ay mbanda ñu sa what
politique boobu sax moo amatut léegi si àdduna si métti na métti goo xam ne politique yi benn cin politique yi sabar politique yi t-shirt yooyu léegi kenn defatu ko dafa heewi
nobody does those nonsense anymore ba pare ndaw yi lay waxal because the young people that are growing up the ones that are between 25 to 45 you all know jànga ngeen bu doo boo leen jàngutee sax yéen a ngi seetaan yéen ñëpp a ngi am smartphone yéen a ngi xool dëkk yi ni ñoo dëkk yi yeneen dëkk yëpp ni ñoo voté yeneen dëkk yi ni ñoo defee campagne gisuloon kenn kuy def ay mbanda ay nonsense yi nii and we need to take that out of our society and be a civilized society bu ko defee ñu mun a régler suñu dëkk bi def koo xam ne dina mun a toppatoo dëkk bi instead of sitting here and eating benachin léegi ña lekkoon benachin election ak ña lekkoon yàppi xar yi ak yàppi xar yi ñu doon sàcca ak boppi xar yi léegi xar yi ñu doon sàcca yóbbu seen freezer yi ndax mu ngi si freezer ba tey
gaatu fa
is it still in the freezer du lekka ngeen ko yëpp mu jeex léegi yéen ñëpp a ngee sofa ana borom mbanda yi ñi may mbanda ana borom mbanda yi seen mbanda yi léegi am ngeen loo leen fa tooga seen mbanda yi am ngeen loo leen fa tooga tey ñëpp a ngee jooy ñëpp a ngee yuuxu and this is the problem instead of we listen to the message we are busy looking at what we get we are busy looking at lan lañ mun a am instead of ñu déglu message bi politician bi di wax seppi politician bi xoolaat ko no we are more looking at li ñoo lekka li ñoo sàcc si moom wala li ñoo lekka si moom wala li ñoo am si moom su fi indiwutee suñ toogutee day duñ ko votal su toogutee day duñ dem meeting what backwardness is this tey ñëpp a ngi toog di jooy lii doxut lale doxut naka laa doxee ña fa dugaloon xaalis yëpp ñu ngi génnee seen xaalis they're taking their money the money they invested they're taking it back and that is the reality whether you want to accept it or not they're taking it back with interest until we change our mentality as a society until we change our mentality as Gambians ñu bàyyi fi nonsense ambiance yi nii te focus dëkk bi du dem kanam Sénégal bi nekk right here we are right inside Sénégal bi nekk fii rek soo demee Sénégal right now it's like little America saa yoo demee nga gis yoon bu ees da nga réer they're building toll roads and everything right now Adama Barrow waroon naa sampat bridge between Barrow and Banjul def fa toll road you know how much money that is do you know how much money trucks yi di jaara di fay toll gaal si ferry bi ba tey mun naa dox di yóbbu nit ñi toll road bi di yóbbu moto yi tey Adama Barrow munoon naa def a train between Kolda mu dugga Kolda ñëw Basse delluwaat Mali ak Guinea you know how much opportunities that is for the Gambians do you know how much import export that will be Government sub-region be supply to that train, a train or track or whatever it is that he can build over there. And it's just to do an extension from Kolda coming in with all the money they're eating. All these are developments. These are developments. These are proper developments. You have the president that inaugurate. Lila president they inaugurate. Why do Marse be your sampa base? This one Ben president didn't inaugurate Marse. Presidency inaugurate. I train big investments. Big toll roads. You know, you're talking about our ports. This port is the hub of West Africa. Man, I was shocked, Minister Bitahawene. Well, we are happy now that our goods are coming through Senegal. How can that benefit the Gambia? How can our goods coming to Senegal benefiting the Gambia when Gambia is the port? Gambia is the hub. Our airport is one of the best in logistics. Ñu jël yépp jox ko Sénégal. American don't do Senegal di fay visa. Americans go free inside Senegal. Why? They bringing American tourists. Senegal do fa gis ay tubab nonu. American tourists, black tourists, yenen coast gi. Nga dem Nigeria, Lagos weekends is full. Not with white people, with the coastal people from the region. Hotels in your face dealt with Nigerians. Ngadem Liberia is the same. The Liberians are the one occupying the hotels. Nganyo Gambia, you get hard a 10-pound tubak for when you stay in hotel. Now the 10-pound tubak cannot come in. Now guess what? We cannot have any more tourism because they never invested in regional tourism. They never invested in their own people to be the tourists in their own country. But you make it so inaccessible for your own citizens and open it for white people. Now you can't get them to come in. And now you're all stuck talking about some Ukraine war.
Marie, tourism man go man sa dina ñew ndik ticket yi ci bopam sa. Ticket rek 12,500 crown. 15,000. Lolu so ñewé loy am so bëggé fay 12,000, 24,000 dollars. Pour ticket nga ñew lan nga am pocket money.
Ban plane affair ñew landing rights are expensive. Gambia has one of the most expensive tariffs. So ñepp nga land Senegal. Bo landé Senegal nga drive nga ñew. So ben tourist du mëna ñew ñun amuy flights yi daan am amatuñ ko. Fi mo tamay la Banjul da nga xam Banjul demba, xam Banjul barka demba, xam Banjul tay. Nga xam naka la dëkk bi meloon time Jawara dañ ko war a xam time soo bëggee nekk fi président da nga war a xam time Jawara naka la Gambie meloon
di président
time Jammeh naka la Gambie meloon
bala nga to
régler waaw because soo xamutee loolu rek da nga réer si bi dëkk bi because Gambia planes si fi daan attack it was a lot we used to bring suma dañ daan indi flight one day flight from Spain. It was a group flight. So you were Subatel, knew them all over the place. But midnight flight with Las Palmas is 3 hours flight. Because we sell packages. Do you want to go to Africa? Within 3 hours you'll be in Africa. They cannot believe it. They buy the package. They arrive here. When they arrive here in the night they go back.
Hotel.
Exactly.
Hola hotel yi rek ñu yaaxa hotel yépp Sunwin a ngi ni Sunwin amatut ñu tuddee ko Sun Beach Hotel
but anyway Marie waaw jërëjëf li ma la am tey so online am na ñu bëgg a bokka ma jox leen opportunity
thank you
so much my dear sister
you're welcome
continue lu baax li xam nga ñu avoid saagante or whatever on the line let us try to encourage ba tey push our agenda hold them to account trying to be positive about it. One let them Gambian like they are our brothers and sisters, but let them change their attitude. Let them stop the corruption. Let them work. If they cannot work, I'm gor new watcher.
Take care. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, guys, thank you so much all for watching. Hamga, like I said, liñ wara waxtaan dafa bari. We've talked about the children in the streets. We've talked about the school system. We've talked about our security system. Our security, the IGP can only do so much. The police need to be empowered. You understand? Police, we do them muna fight crime, amu tools. You know, man amoon na sàcca bu ñu woon suma kër ma policy li ñoo testé lifin bi sax, you know, to do fingerprints. They didn't even have it. So I said, how can you catch the thief? You don't even have all this. They try their best. You have some very intelligent guys in the police, but unfortunately, they don't have the tools they need. They don't have the tools they need. Somebody's online. Who's here joining?
Hello, man la Hadi.
Hadi, naka nga def?
Maa fi very naka.
Fine, thank you. Fine, thank you. Welcome.
Thank you. Mako def audio because mangi job.
That's fine. That's
so
fine.
Dama don said mane ha maduga how manda dina feka yangi still online bala ma wacha mane ha maduga contribute.
Welcome, Hadi.
Well, thank you. Lingawa, it is very interesting because Deka Bovulen is like from backwards every day, like episodes if they held Gambia. It is so sad as a Gambian. Guy ko wara diga every time and people ñinga xamne ñooñu they don't have love for Gambia ñu fokk ne ñu dañ bañ Gambia how ma kanay judo Gambia yaroo fa nga wara tok ne yow da nga bañ dëkk bobu nga xamne tay yow su la fi nga dëkk ni suñ la génné fofu nga am xamulo benen dëkk so wow so man mënuma understand ñu sen mindset and the way they think. Gambia dafa nekk nation boo xam ne dama dee wax ne something is not right within ñun suñ soul si because soul mooy nit.
Dëgg la.
Because sa soul bi soo gisee tubaab yi raw ñu they have even different religion, even different belief, but seen soul si they are one.
And they believe in teamwork. They believe in
teamwork moy soul bi moy teamwork bi waaye ñu
Gambia when the team comes together team bi dafa focus pour benn agenda bi ñoo liggéey keewuñ ndax yow soose nga ndax pol nga ndax lale ndax religion bi nga they don't care about that. All they care about is the agenda to get it through, to make sure it's successful.
Thank you. Moy one soul bi and teamwork dafa important si dëkk bi nga xam ne waaye ñun this man duma dee wax Africa because buguma dee tooñ ñeneen because Gambia la xam Gambian everyone ko xam ne you are in politics you are greedy because da nga ñëw pour feed yow sa bopp pour lekk pour teral yow yo xam nga ne soo defoon lu rog ma ñëw ci Facebook bi man bàyyiwuma kenn Mary kenn la bàyyiwut waaye anyway
and I would appreciate that.
Yeah, the problem be more we needed a female president, maybe a koku jurna hamna and ñun Gambians still man fi ma dëkk ni suñ prime minister bi koku mako mag 40 years la am bi mo waaw 40 years la am bi mo bi 40 years la am nakal tuda 37 years la am bi mo jël fi te moom xalel la and degala mu ngi ñëw ci lifin bi te soo bàyyee xel in the western world jigéen yi nekk leaders like prime ministers ñu ngi def wonders. Thank you.
Yes. Liberia, Western world. In Liberia, they had Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and Ellen came at the time when Liberia was really at its knees.
Thank you.
Liberia was regulated. They go any scandal other than you call Timal. Welcome, Tina. Welcome. You have to say hello.
Wow. So,
hello.
Hello. Nakam.
Nakala. Negative.
Manfi like mane ha maduga sani how manda still now because mangi job so mangi watch in half a night in 45 minutes. So sorry would to makir. So mane ha maduga ina sumala feke dina gena muna wam feka man comfortable because we have to talk issues in our country or hamne monyo affect the drugs jigeni was in the there rape
young girls
government be such be everything that is going wrong in our society because so just say to be develop even the debate of different yo sax dina dumala sani balta damalawa as a political leader comme li nga def ni appreciate nako because da ngeen wara ñew di debate di debong government be everything luñ def ngeen ñew ne len dédé anything lo xamne ku xaliss bi di duga everything yen da ngeen wara ñew as a political opposition leaders yi ngeen ñew ngeen a debong because lolu moy tax government bi dem ci kanam why
Wa
we
mu na liggéey sax xam li moo def wrong man noonu laa leen wax man leen don't look at us as the enemy. What we are trying to do is rectify the wrongs that they do because we are on the outside. We can see. And Monday, suma togon, bugon na ñepp hold ma to account because that is the way I'm going to be the best I can be. Te loolu laa dee mane President Adama Barrow, what we are telling you is to make you a better president, is to make you a better man. Because at the end of the day, yow yaa fa nekka. Ëllëg soo wàccee, yow yaa nekka di dox si banyu man ànduma yow. So yow la nit ñi di saaga wala yow la nit ñi di respect. It's not me.
Exactly. And dafa baax soo gisee fii development bi dem opposition leaders yi duñ dee bàyyi rek government bi control. They are always a debate. They are always boo xam ne sax comme media si maybe we don't have a television boo xam ne dafa fiya man dama ko dee ooye get ready to sleep bu loolu du TV. They call you nga ñëw yéen ñëpp opposition leaders yi ku nekk teg sa agenda ngeen debate ku nekk loo xam ne waaw waaye we don't have that in Gambia because mooy li ma wax ñun dañ xalaku man suma wax neexul because waaw ñun dañ xalaku because everybody soo waxee ñu ne da nga añaan kanay toog Europe di añaan because ñun ñu ngi ñëw dëkk jàmbur boo xam ne ñu tax ñu integrate ñu ngi tax ñu understand how people to live what is humanity general yaa ngi understand and ñun Gambia amuñ loolu so yow man suma wax keneen jógee fale ne kii dafa añaane Adama Barrow man añaane wu man maa gën a teeda Adama Barrow because I have peace suma feebaree dinañ ma faj lu ma jot fii nii tey maa ngi am insurance everything maa ngi ko teg te su ma génnee dox kenn du ma joxoñ kenn du ma xas so when people speak ne ñun mi nekk si diaspora bi dañ añaan sometimes man du ma dee faale wax yu leen and I will keep on speaking my mind because man I love Gambia no matter what li ma dee wax ne Jamaican la wala whatsoever aw ma fen fu du Gambia foofu la xam anyway yéen opposition leaders you have to come together as far as you are in the race it's high time pour yéen tamit ngeen ñëw bu leen xaar ba 1 year or 6 months ngeen doori campaign that is not fair to us too because yéen tam dafa am loo xam ne da ngeen ñu ko war a tegal pour ñu believe in you ne you are ready to work.
Why man get on DP 2019? Man, I was the first person. Man, I was working since 2019, my dear, and I worked very hard because man, prior to politics, I've been all over the place. And then I came out 2019 financially sponsoring myself till 2021. So I had it very tough. You understand? Man, lima ligay fi gor yu bari ligay in coffee because because I've been helping a lot in the country. Te ñoñu ñoo understand nga? Te waaye da ngaa gis ne ñun time biñ génn nga gis ko xam ne dafa génn 3 months before elections te dafa taxaw ñëpp dem di tàccu di feeca and this is what is wrong with our society you know kii liggéey very hard duñ ko dee appreciate waaye ka ñëw démba ne I have more money or I have this or I have that ñëpp daw because they are following the money or following nonsense they're not listening or looking at people. You understand? Monday, I don't need to be here because man I have a citizenship of another country. I can go and sit happily and enjoy my life.
Exactly.
You know? Because I've done everything I've done. I have somebody here that knew me from Chicago, Tina. And when I talk,
Madam Prithia, I will come back, okay? Thank you.
Thank you so much, darling. Appreciate Nala. Appreciate Nala.
I appreciate you too. Thank you.
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
Hello,
Tina, I was just saying, I said, in America, like we were talking about, like I didn't suffer, I had a good life. And I'm not standing to be a president just because I want a position. It's not about that. I have big positions in Chicago. You are there.
Yes.
You know that.
We all work together in the past. I can attest to that, sister, because I'm telling you, you have done so much. People don't know what you've done before you even came back to Gambia. You were very active in the U.S. You were very active with the young people, with the youth. And what you're doing is not that different than what you went back home to do. And you always been that grassroots level person working for the people. And they need to understand that you are a gem in the Gambia. I mean, it's not that common that people will go back home and even though you have dual citizenship, you don't have to be there. That's what they don't understand.
I know.
But you decided to go back home, to come back to the Gambia and do something. And the place is in uproar, and they need people like you. When I saw that you was running for president, I was about to pass out. I was so happy. I'm like, God, somebody that can relate somebody that knows what's going on, somebody that can get the work done. You understand? And it's like people don't understand, as they say, a prophet is not welcome in his own home. And you're back there now. And they don't understand what you're doing. They really don't. And I don't think it's just politics. I think it's just because of your humanitarian nature. You've always been a humanitarian kind of person. And they don't know that. And there's it's not about the money, because money is not an issue. If you want money, you could have came back here, like you said, and continue doing your business, and continue doing that, and continue doing that. But then to go as far as to support yourself and be the first runner-up in your own campaign and funding yourself. Not many people can do that. I'm sorry. I mean, and the way that you're taking it, I just hope that you come back again, that you get in the Senate, or you do something. That what you're doing in the Gambia, I'm just so proud of you, Sister Mary. I just want you to keep going. I don't want you to stop.
Thank you. I remember when we were working on the project to bring it to the Gambia. When was this? It was 2011.
Oh, God.
Was it 20?
Yeah, 2012, 2011.
Yeah, and I was like, we need to take this project to the Gambia. I said, I need my team, Kimani, Rashad, and all these guys, everybody. I said, I need to take you all to the motherland. And I was building this huge project. And you see, and this is what I tell people. I said, they don't understand that I choose to be here. I'm semi-retired. You know, I mean, if I go to America right now, it's just having dinners and party. And I'd rather be here and give back, or come back to my country and try to see if I can be part of a solution by, you know, standing for what's right. I am not going to join a president when I know I'm not going to shine in the things that I want to do for the country, because I'm a worker. I want to see things done. It's not about me just sitting there and making money and eating money. If I want that kind of money, hey, I can come right back to the US. You understand? And make that money. You know?
Well, I'm one of your supporters, Marie. I've always been a supporter of you from the first day that I met you. And I know that you can do it. I know that you can lead the country. I lived in Gambia for a couple of years. I went through my ups and downs.
We're gonna rally early in the US. We're gonna come early in the US.
And I know you can get it done. You know,
thank you.
To me, you're still a young person, and you still have a lot of you still have a lot of energy. You still have a lot to give to the country. And when I saw you running, the first person I thought of was President Barack Obama, because I'm like, some of the similar challenges, like. And he went graduate level.
You remember we used to sit by his neighborhood. We used to sit right there.
We used to have meetings right in his neighborhood. Exactly. You know, and so I'm like, And so I'm like, now here she is. She's back home. She's doing what needs to be done. She's rolling her sleeves up and said, come on, people, wake up and smell the coffee. We can do this. And Gambia need a change. I mean, living in Gambia, I could not believe the poverty. It's not a big country, and it shouldn't be as poor.
Now you see, Tina, the capacity that I was in Chicago. You saw I was in the downtown of Chicago doing business. You see the kind of people that are in downtown Chicago. These are real businessmen. These are people that when they come to Gambia, they want to see a developed country before they can put their money in. But we're talking about coming to the Gambia and coming to this. You came to the Gambia and you were shocked. You understand? So imagine me bringing somebody else who has this so typical American mentality and bringing them here to say, hey, come and invest in this place, it's good. They will not even look at me, you understand? And I fight for who I am. I fight because I'm an African woman, and I fight for being that Black African woman with a business in the heart of Chicago on the Magnificent Mile. And that was not an easy thing to do. But you see,
if you did that, I know you can do the Gambia. I see you in action, and see the people have to. I'm just so glad that you're there, and that you're not giving up, and that you're going to be persistent, and you're going to pursue it, have whichever way possible, and everything. You just have to have some position that you can have some control in order to help the people. You know, because I think the government now. I'm not there, but I've seen some ups and downs with your government, and they really need a strong leader. They need somebody that's going to be truthful, that's going to be real. That's going to be there for the people, and nobody pay any attention to the youth. You know, like
open doors without
75% of our youth in Africa are under the age of 30. You know, and they're not thinking about the future of the youth and some of the industrialization things that they can do for the youth, some of the enterprises, things that they can build for the youth. And see, you have seen a lot. And they don't realize, but you being part of that team, part of that nation, in some specific position as president, that you can change things around for the better. And I know you can. I know you can. Just from the small tenant, I know you can do it. So please don't give up. Please don't give up, Sister Marie. I'm just asking you, I'm begging you, don't give up. Pursue.
Well, I need all of you to come down. I need all of you to stand by my. I need you to call all them sisters back there, all the sorority sisters to come stand by me.
Yes,
honestly.
We will.
Thank you so much, Tina. I really do appreciate your call. Regards to everyone in Chicago.
Yeah.
Thank
I'm
you
a big
so
supporter.
very much.
So we have to stay in contact. But
thank you.
Over here, I'll be campaigning for you over here that people can come back home and vote over there. I don't know if they have like absentee voting, because when I was in Gambia, wherever I was at in Africa, Ghana, I could always go to the U.S. Embassy and cast my vote. And so we need people to do things like that for you here, that they can go back home and cast their vote for you.
That's very
because
true.
That's going to push. Right. There's so many people in the diaspora that votes counts, and they don't realize that. I mean, now we have like Gambians running for office here in America, and I mean, and you're in Gambia, and I'm like, man, they don't even see it. I mean, even Gambians are running for office and mayor and aldermen and things like that here in our country. I think in Madison now we got Alderman Balde. He's a Gambian.
Yes, I had.
And he won the second term. He's just up the road from me, you know. And so I'm like, if people can do it here, why can't they go home and do the same thing?
Thank you.
And make a change.
And this is why I call upon all my diasporans, brothers and sisters, all my African-American brothers and sisters, my brothers and sisters, Gambians that are all the way in the diaspora, intelligent brothers and sisters. Gambians are so intelligent. And, you know, Gambians are so key, especially, you know, in Chicago. We have a lot of Gambians in Chicago.
Yes, it's a huge community.
And they're all into business. And I call upon them. I don't want to name their names because I don't know exactly I'm talking about them.
Yes.
And they know me very well. And I call all of them to come down here and we do this together, because I can't do it alone. You know, I'm here doing the fight. I'm here taking the heat. It's hot, it's raining, it's nasty, it's muddy.
Yes.
You know, people's houses have flooded. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it is home.
Yes, yes. You're on the grounds. You're on the grounds. And obviously the people that's on the ground, they have more to say. I mean, this is grassroots level that you're talking about. And grassroots always win elections. We need the people to come out. And I know the people come out and support you. So don't give up. I'm just saying that we want to see you again on the ballot again, whatever it takes. Please don't give up, Sister Marie. Please don't, okay?
I will inbox you. I'll inbox you. I'll send you my number. Thank you so much.
Okay, I love you. And take care.
Regards to all. Thank you so much, darling. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. I think I've been here so long. And like I said, we can sit here all day and talk. We need to be able to hold our government accountable, you know, whoever it is. And one thing I want to tell people in the government is never take this as a negative. All the countries in the world, I saw that the president was upset when people went outside in New York to protest. It is their right. It is normal. It is their right. Even as a business person in the United States, trust me, I had people holding picket things outside my office because they were not happy with the way I was doing business. So this is their right. You know, it's only in the Gambia when you want to do a demonstration, you have to get license and all that. It doesn't work like that, or they're stopping you and all that. It is their right. You can control it. That's why the police is there. All these people are there so that they can all secure the area, secure the place where the rally or the protest is going to happen. And there's nothing to be upset about. There's nothing to be calling out the names of a party, because I know people that were in those rallies that were not from the UDP and they were from other sectors and just regular Gambians who just want to know what is going on in their country, and they have the right to know. And anybody that is vying for office, you know, in the Gambia or anywhere in the world, should learn to take the heat, should be able to take the heat, because you stood for the people, and the people have a right to hold you accountable. The people have a right to tell you, hey, what you're doing is wrong. The people have a right to ask you questions. Even us as politicians, as oppositions, We get that all the time. We get people asking us questions, challenging us. I have people challenging me. Why do you want, you know what? And I take my time and I express myself. Yes, there's someone on the line. Tina, thank you so very much. There's someone on the line. Let me get somebody else on the line, Tina. Thank you. Hi, somebody's on the line.
Okay, I'm trying to cut it off here. How do I do this?
Yes. Okay, let me do that. I think I do.
How do I do that?
Okay, I've done it for you. There's someone else on the line. Who's that? There's someone on the line. Hello? Fatoumata Diouf. Hi, Fatoumata. Hello? Fatoumata? Hello, Fatoumata? Fatoumata, naka nga def? Okay, I think Fatoumata is not responding or can't hear me. So join the conversation. Like I said, I think we've gone for quite a bit now. And we're here talking about issues in the Gambia and things that our current government, some of the officials are doing wrong. And basically everything that the officials do when it comes to the ministers down, whatever they do that is wrong, it bounces right back to the leader. So as a leader, that is why you hold these people to account. That is why you hold your people to account. You punish them, or you find ways to, how do you call it, regulate, you know, your cabinet, you know, take care of the situation. You know, you don't allow the situation to mess you up as the head of state or be oblivious to what is going on around you. Although you did, Mr. President, you did say that you are the most informed president, but I'm telling you, you're not. They're informing you on what they want you to hear. They're not informing you of what is actually going on. And if you say that you are the most informed head of state, then when you were making that state, the State of the Nation speech, you would have addressed all the issues in this country. And it's all about holding your executive accountable so that they can do their work, or you tell them to leave, because some of them are not doing anything. They're not working. And what's with this Friday? Friday, Gambia doesn't seem to work. I remember the former president, Yahya Jammeh, took Friday off and people worked Monday to Thursday till around 6 o'clock in the evening. Should we go on to that again? Because Friday, no one is functioning in this country. And all the other countries in the world are working. Gambia is not working. What is going on? How do we expect to progress? Dikabo hamne Friday, can do ligay. Wala buñ ligay is like an hour, but then they're getting full paid. Listen, we're wasting a lot of money on a lot of things. Mun nañoo talk fii, mun nañoo point out everything. Why at the end of the day, musoon naa ko fee wax mooy lan suñ système bi doxut. Système bi doxut, Mr. President. Te danga war a régler sa système bi. Bu ko defee at the end of the day, yow bés boo wàccee nit ñi mun laa respect, nit ñi mun laa wax ne job well done. Because at the end of the day, yow la ñoo gërëm wala yow la ñoo xas. Because yow yaa nekk ci kaw. Ñeneen ñi nekk ci suuf. Man pour man, ñu bare dañ la saboté. Dimbale wuñ la. Dañ la sabotage. And you need to change that. Yow rek ko mëna change. And it's easy. And that is what a leader does. Why pour talk ñu ñëw di la brief. Bàyyi leen ñëfi briefing. Ministers yëpp boo waxee, I will be briefed. Everybody is being briefed. Forget about briefing. We need hands-on leaders. Nit ñi dañ war a jóg di liggéey. But when you sit in your office, air-conditioned office, ngeen toog foofu dawal big cars, you don't know what is happening in your ministry. Danga gis ministry boo xam ne mu ngi tilim sax, they don't care. It's like they don't even see it. Yéen a ngeen daw si yoon bi, maa ngi dem Banjul the other day. The whole road in Banjul is full of grass. Musuma gis ñax. You know, it's just wild grass. Everything is dirty. Everything. Bu njëkk ba dañ daan indi prison si aw jox leen liggéey. Wala army bi ñu defin organize. They cut the grass. The country looks clean. Manicured lawns, manicured grass, manicured boy drive. Why fu nekk ngi overgrown? Everything is overgrown. Everything is dirty, filth, mbalit. You know, what is going on? Gambia. You see? This is why it took me so long to come and sit here, because you don't understand. It's energy. Mangi talk for almost an hour plus, and I did not even take a cup of water or a glass of water. Because the problem of Gambia is just so much. Sectors, yep, watch it loud, that's a problem. Why Dimbale Marek, Mange call on the IGP. I'm calling on His Excellency Adama Barrow, your IGP and your security sector. Genel len ma xale yu ndaw yi nekk ci mbedda bi di jaay. This is child labor. Mandate len xale yep ñu dugga school. Bu fekkee ne primary school is free, nañ dugga is free. Ngeen seet naka ngeen a defee xale yi mun a am seen books yi. What is the Ministry of Education doing? Get the children to have their curriculum, to get their books, pour ñu mun a jànga, ñu mun a jaala. Try leen ngeen ubbi skill centers. Every time ngeen wax. Listen, I realize something. I realize Gambians are the best writers. Gambians suñ la bindalee da nga ne wow. But implementation is a big problem. Everybody is a talker and a writer. But to actually do the work is a problem. And that is what we have in our institutions. All this that was promised in the campaign should be in effect right now. Xale yëpp dañ war a nekk school. ñi nga xam ne wàcca nañ school, boys yu mag yi, all these teenagers, nañ leen utal leen skill center bu ñoo dem. Nañ dem ñoom ñëpp jànga métier. Come on, all that money we are wasting, all this money we see every day disappearing, can build a lot of things in this country. When you build and fix your country and investors come, ku nekk will have a piece of the pie. Ñëpp dinañ okay. Why ni akuy de wax dem hurry past makers and they eat before the things have come. Now the thing we wanna eat, it make nothing no they work in this country. Because when they eat the money before even the business even come. Huh? When they give una advance, una eat the advance before the job done. Una don't shape the money. And then when the job comes, you begin to make raba nonsense job. All these procurements. They nga gis ki nga xamne mo la jappale nga am procurement bi. Mu ngi bëgg sa 30% profit bi nga wara make 30% profit bobu non yang ko wada serale because everybody will say Dama la ci dimbali. Let us stop this nonsense. Let us do the job because we want to do the job. Let us do procurement the way it's supposed to be done. How many years man ma nge fay GPPA, I stopped paying because I said, let me get some contracts. Musuma am contract. It's a waste of my money. I stopped. Now it's like most of my business I even shut down. Huh? The few people that are still having contracts, huh? How can we do? Because all our 30%, all the profit we are making, we have to share. So at the end of the day, ñoom suñ share li ñu war a def profit. Balance bi des. Naka la liggéeyee liggéey bi. Because from that balance now, they still have to pay salaries. They have to fix the road. They have to do this. They have to do that. And then you wonder why we're getting mediocre jobs. We're getting half nonsense done roads. Are these roads? The other day I saw them shoveling gravel. Ninyange such a gravel. Ninyange such a basalt. Why wouldn't they steal it? One, they're hungry. They need money. Two, the construction job that was done there was bad. There's nowhere there's a finishing of a road or road that is made is finished with loose basalt. There's what you call bitumen. That's what you mix with it. Lolu moko de japp mu stick. Why man how ma kan mo neka di am contract road construction yini? Huh? You def red, dañoo def 1-2 layer of this gravel soil. But nga gis ñu jël the black tar, they pour the black tar over it, and then you jël basalt bi rek basalt bi ñu tour ko ci kaw, jël moto bi der ko, then they leave. Even that loose basalt is dangerous for the cars because léegi-léeg nga daw moto su truck nekkee sa kanam mu draw ni moo dawee mu ngeen lift those little pebbles muy hit sa windscreen bi yow bi nekk sa gannaaw and it can cause an accident. What nonsense is this? And then we are angry at the people stealing the basalt. It's just like you are telling me, oh, let us catch the little peddlers of drugs in the street, but you're not catching the big guns that are bringing it in containers into the country. It's the same thing. You're not catching the big ones that are bringing the drugs. You're not catching the one that made the road. You want to catch the ones that are stealing the basalt. Those are stealing loose something. And maybe it's good that they even steal it and take it and bag it, because guess what? When they leave it there, it can cause an accident because they're loose. And when a truck is in front of you, it kicks it back. If you have a low car, it kicks through your windscreen. So windshield be. Huh? Let us hold contract. These are government contracts. These are taxpayers' money. Next almost 6 months, wala next month, that's not nice. Huh? Every president, so 10 years, 2 terms. You tell it that will last another 25, 30 years. You see the Banjul Serekunda Highway? The company my ex owned, that company fixed that road. It was finished by Ceesay, but the foundation and everything, if you know the specification that they used to fix that road, because that area, especially around Simcoe, was all waterlogged. If you remember Banjul in those days, for always if they am no. Why Bolen said, gise nyata layers. Nakalen jagare yon bobu. Telolu nyata atla belegi, in the 80s belegi. Airport runway. That is what construction is all about. That's what infrastructure is about, Mr. President. Since you told me you're all about infrastructure. Build proper infrastructure that can last 25, 30 years. That way the next president can focus on something else. That's what's developed. That is what development is all about. But not every president come building the same road the last president built. Fixing the same things you fixed. When one president built this highway and all this, the next president should come and focus on something else. Yeah? Can you talk, sir? Build a train, build a train, they build sophisticated things when we are still building roads. Every president is just building roads. Roads that go nowhere. Roads that are not bringing revenue. Roads that are just roads to drive your expensive cars. Nonsense roads that are going. There's no business for those roads to go other than a few accessibility here and there. Huh? But Mr. President, you're a businessman. And as a businessman, you should know there's returns in your business. So what is the return for your citizens of the Gambia in all the things that you're doing? Because they are the clients. What's the return? What you're doing for your citizens, what is it? Huh? Your country, more is a business. Some country, but if I want to gain, them gain UN, langen indi. Langa indil pulls up business, which is the country, the Gambia, langa ko indil. Halis bingen spend private jet be yoyu. Langen jele pour mu quantify private jet bi amount bingen spend. Benga ñoo nga gaare ko mu yóbbu la Mali. If not, it's all a total loss. Unless dañ la ko abal wala dañ la ko fayal. Come on. You should work for your country. Elek, bo sampe mansion. Everybody will clap for you. Mansion because you are going to be an ex-president and the heads of say visit. So you have to have somewhere decent. Why bala lol di hew da nga wara ligéyal nit ñi la fa tek. Huh? There are so many issues. You talk about medical, you talk about this. We're not even talking about even taking care of when I see Ndesan, this lady, say Toure, she's always posting about disability. Sometimes I don't even know what to respond because it's like, we're not even thinking about the disabled in this country. The disabled are just, it's like they don't even exist in this country. But when we campaign, we talk about all of them. There's no facility for nothing. Go to 𝒘𝒘𝒘𝒘. Even the mentally disabled are mixed with the drug addicts because we don't have institutions for drug addicts. So 9 times out of 10, I made that research, they take them to Mile 2 or New Deflin 𝒘𝒘𝒘𝒘. So léegi ko nga xam ne wérut mu ngi 𝒘𝒘𝒘𝒘 nga jël addict def ko 𝒘𝒘𝒘𝒘 mu wér nga gis ku nekk 𝒘𝒘𝒘𝒘 jigéen mu omba xamul naka la ombi wala ngeen yóbbu ko si prison bi. That's not what the prison is for. Nga dem tamit si prison bi, the prison has 0 facility. That prison should be knocked down because it is inhumane. Boo fa duggee da nga gën a dof wala nga gën a nekk criminal. That prison, we need a reform. Dañ ko war a jaga. Ñu am facilities nga xam ne boo duggee prison mun nga faa jàng métier, mun ngaa jàng naka la ñoo buildee kër, mun ngaa jàngal metal work, mun ngaa jàngal a lot of things. Tey side road bi Banjul yëpp mun nañoo am ñoo xam ne mun nañoo dem foofu bu njëkk ba prisoners si dañ dee génn, it's even exercise ñu dog ñax yi dog everything around that area nga gis foofu yëpp ñu manicure ko liggéey. Because guess what, they are there to be disciplined. At the same time that they are there to be disciplined, we give them community service work. What is community service work? It's exactly what I'm talking about. Part of it is going around and cutting the grass, fixing this, doing that, building structures. Even the structure to build a library inside the prison area can be, the prisoners can be used to do that. They can build it. By the time you gain, dinga gis ne dinañ am métier, dinañ xam dara. But you put people in the prison, they come out, they become the worst prisoners. Wala ñu feebar ñu dee. Sanitary, everything is just bad. Everything is nasty, is bad. Gambians, my brothers and sisters, I can sit here and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, but something got to give. But there's just too many issues because man hamna all the calls I get. But I'm just one person. I cannot help everybody. But I hope my message is coming across to all of you and my message is clear. There's a lot of wrongs. And we, the opposition, we don't have much oppositions left. We are very few because little by little, everybody's jumping. But the few that are left, we'll try our best to help sensitize the sitting government to know some of the things they're doing wrong, to rectify it, and to also educate the citizens so that they can recognize what is right and what is wrong. Don't look at us as the enemy of the state. Don't look at us as jealous. Jealous of what? We just want what's best for everybody. Because trust me, who feels it knows it. I know a lot of people that call me for help. And I'm devastated because munuma lena dibali. Sometimes I'm embarrassed to say I cannot. Damay rus. But I can't. I'm not the head of state. I don't have access to anything to be able to help anybody. I've done my little best. A country where everybody has turned a beggar. And they're not begging because they want to. They're begging because nyaka peketa. They're begging because they're begging because there's no job creation, there's no companies here, there's no incentive, there's nothing. Mr. President, COVID there's how many incentives lañ joxe? ñu ngi toog ne America ñu ngi jaay mburu $6 di ko compare ak Gambia. Gambia mburu $10 is expensive for the average Gambian that don't have money. You cannot compare the United States of America to the Gambia. In the United States of America, some people are earning 6 figures. So even if the bread is $6, they can afford it. But there's no way, even in Beverly Hills, is there a bread, a regular baguette for $6. I eat only organic food when I was in the US. And trust me, bread did not cost me $6, even in Beverly Hills. Unless it's a special kind of bread. Even the bread I bake at home, when I finish baking it, when I quantify it, it's not even $6. And you cannot compare a country like the US and Gambia. Yen bàyyiwu leen fi benn incentive, bàyyiwu leen fi dara pour xale yi. The person comparing bread and $6 and Gambia, do you know that you were in New York? Do you know how much taxes they pay in New York? And even if bread is $6 in New York, which is not, because I stayed right there. I stayed downtown. I stayed in the city. My hotel was there just last year. Even if bread is $6 in New York, do you know how much is taxes? Even when you eat in an expensive restaurant, how many % you pay on taxes? I think the most expensive I've paid in tax just in a restaurant as a tip was 20%. And it's mandatory. So how can you compare a country like that with the Gambia, where a tip alone can be 20%? Instead of focusing on the country and how to regulate prices, because prices are going left, right, and center. There's no stability in the price. There's no price control. People are selling how they want, what they want. You're focused on American baguette, telling us in here they call it baguette. Baguette is a French word. We that went to school and did French, baguette is French. Huh? If you go to the shop today, you buy something, tomorrow, 1 week later you go, the price has gone. You have to give the watchman more money to go and buy ad again. Huh? Simple daily stuff you cannot afford anymore. Before we are talking about American baguettes. You are sitting there showcasing ñi ñangi tok fi ñu ngi xiif ñu ngi sona. So nit ñi kontaan woon, so nit ñi satisfy woon, nit ñi everything was okay. Nobody cares. You can go and buy 10 baguettes and talk about it. Nobody will care because they're okay. You see, everything should have a balance. Everything should have a balance. Lu nekk dafa war a am balance. Why there's no balance? Can do mel nga dem a private jet because yaa ngi dem indil dëkk bi dara. Mun nga dem private jet, nit ñi sax nit ñi dañ kontaan, your people are okay. Mun nga travel with private jet because we know so demee di nga indil dëkk bi dara. Nobody cares. Like I took it them 3 days before private jet. You sit there another time visiting friends and family, coming on taxpayers' money, and then people, one of your executives is there showing off. Everybody will be upset when everything here is a mess. From the medical, people dying, pregnant women dying, school messed up, food prices high. Yes, the global economy is messed up, but guess what? Even as messed up as the global economy is, there's so many other opportunities out there. In Gambia, there's zero. And that is the reality. Yes, welcome, Mr. Job. Welcome on board. Hello, Mr. Job, Babukar Job. Babukar Job. Okay, Babukar is dropped. Okay. So li la nekk di wax. Li ñoo wax dafa bari. Farmers yi nekkuñ di farm because amuñ manure. $2,000 for a bag. léegi yow boo amee hectare naka nga fertilizer hectare boobu yëpp ñaata bags nga soxla. So these are all issues yoo xam ne they are pending issues yoo xam ne yéen da ngeen ko war a toppatoo. Instead of showing us a baguette is $6 and Gambians should be happy because bread is $10. The bread is $10 based on the value of the money we have here. Kuy earn $1,500 a month. Mu buga jënd mburu every day. Mu am a family of 5 or 6. How much is that? Isn't that $60? Because léegi mburu yi guddaatuñ sax mburu yi dafa gàtta a whole bread. Because me, I give my security a whole bread to eat. So what are you talking about? Huh? That's almost like you're spending the same amount of money for that bread that you're talking about to feed people. And then what is their salary based on that? Somebody buying a bread for $6 in America, they may probably making 6 figures and they will not even feel it. Yeah? Yeah, Mr. Bajo, you can log in on video or you can call the line. I don't know if my battery, let me see here. You can call 735-8242 on WhatsApp. You can call 735-8242, but it will be on another line because this one, I'm using this. Huh? So when we talk about these things, the reason why people are upset with the government, the reason why people are upset with the executive is because of the things that you guys keep doing. We're going from scandal to scandal. Whether you're in governmental, Nekulen governmental, we are all brothers and sisters. As a head of state, executives, they're involved in nonsense, scandalous behaviors. Hold them to account. They cannot get away with nonsense. That office is very serious. That office should be guarded because we all look up to those offices. Then how do you expect your citizens to behave? And then you are representing us all over the world. People are seeing this. Citizens in the diaspora bi ni la ñoo def yeneen dëkk yi di leen yàpp ni la ñoo def yeneen dëkk yi di leen xeeblu. These things you do, social media is not a place to do these things, especially as an executive. Social media is just what it is. It's social media and it's viral and everything is the data. It's being kept. Gambian mi nak dafa mel ni xamut naka la wara use social media. You all just abuse the media, all the way to executives. How many executives since time social media was here, but you don't see executives traveling and doing this nonsense. They dare not. Huh? And there are still some executives in the Barrow government that are very, very civilized, very well contained in their position, and people respect them. And you've never seen them do something like this, and they've been there. And I'm calling to those ones to hold the other ones that are acting the fool because it stains the image of everybody in the government and also out of the government. And people like me and you, it stains all of us. It's making us all look stupid and foolish. We have too many issues in this country to work on. Liñ wara topato dafa bari. Jen dafa seer, jen amatut. Huh? Everything is expensive. Yes, we have a global crisis, but that's not an excuse. Even if we have global crisis, things should be regulated. I just saw a post a few days ago, Macky Sall from Senegal, your neighboring country, your counterpart, your friend, announcing that anyone that is increasing prices, they're employing over 1,000 youths to go around the country and check, making sure that nobody is increasing the price of anything. And if anyone does, they're holding to account. And these are the steps that you need to take because you cannot do it all. So you can employ these youths. And what he's doing is creating jobs. I'm not a big fan of him, but at least he's creating jobs, even if it's temporary, for some youths to be scouts and go out there and scout things that are wrong in the country. These are all innovative ideas. Huh? Help the people. The rainy season, the markets were nasty. But of course, none of your family go to the market anymore. Even me in my little self, I don't go to the market, but still I send people to go to the market. And when they tell me how nasty it is, I said, don't go to the market, go to the supermarket and buy the vegetables instead. I avoid, because it's nasty. Because here we don't have that chemical, in America we have where you use it to wash the vegetables. We don't have that. So I avoid going to the market. I buy from the supermarket. But how can somebody live like that? The market is always cheaper. You get better bargains. But if it's nasty, huh? Well, you can like all these fly eggs and maggots. Who will eat that? Huh? The country is infested with mosquitoes and flies, everything. In Jawaratan, they don't fly, you spray dekabi. Huh? Come on, Gambia. All these monies that you're getting, all this aid we're asking for, have so much places that we can put it in where the citizens of the Gambia tay dinañ kontaan bu ebo lo buga nga def Mr. President ñun we're happy. Gambians dañ neha topato. Huh? Only 2 million inhabitants. They are so easy to please. All they want everything nice, everything clean, everybody's be able to feed their family, children are going to school, jobs are there, people are going to work. Huh? Go and look at Gamtel. Go into Gamtel right now. The office is like almost dead. Gamtel is dead. Ports is dead. Social security, all our institutions. And these are all the people. My father retired from Gamtel, so I'm a baby of Gamtel Gamcel. So I'm always talking about Gamtel Gamcel because Gamtel is like my home. Gamtel is my home. I can't have an institution like that is Gambian owned just die. My father retired, worked all his life in telecoms, from Bansang to Kuntawu, all these villages. That is why we used to go for holiday. Our holiday was always in the provinces. And you just want to kill an institution like that. You just want to kill the institution like that. Why? I am so sorry, but if I continue talking, I will not get out of here. But these are all issues that I want, Mr. President, please, Manglanyan. Manglanyan, gestul nini. Budul suma masi sa gestul ni la votando. Gestulen. Gestul Gambian si, because even ni la votalu sandi ni la intimate because ñun ñep sañ dom la at the end of the day, even so you su fekkene yama mak sa one day sa am your we see you as a father. You're the father of the nation. Te papa dafa dolel. Ngeen jàppale dëkk bi. And the first lady, you are a first lady. You have more access to regular people. And I know you see a lot of things which you can help advise your husband. And not only that, you are supposed to have some very, very powerful organizations, charity organizations, where you can make an impact which will help him as a man. Sa organisation si dañ wara be so impactful. Yow da nga wara topato jigéen yépp ci biir dëkk bi. Yow da nga wara topato xale yi, babies yi. Yow da nga wara am organizations yoo xam ne tey yow, your organizations will be making millions and millions of dollars which you are pumping into all these sectors which will help strengthen your husband's tenure. Go to other African countries and you see how it's done. How the first ladies, their organizations are powerful. They are so powerful. They're making so much money and they're you know, supporting the husbands, you know. That is what First Lady's office is all about. In the Constitution, I don't think we have a salary for First Lady, or the First Lady is supposed to be paid. But if now they're doing it, then you need to be more active. You need to be so busy with all your projects. Project for the children, project for women, project for mothers, project for everybody. And lolu defa dole sa jekar